Oh man, you don't even know, man.
I don't even know.
Don't even know.
The only skill I'm good at is athletics and literally nothing else.
As you can tell, I'm not good at all.
Wrong man.
You do
All
great.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So, in lieu of a player being out of town, we're going to do a one-shot adventure that should hopefully only last this one session. We might have to montage it at the end. So, all new characters. Let's see. Today, our story takes us to a now familiar forest with unfamiliar travelers. Pious men from a faraway land traveling abroad to spread the influence of their deity. And while walking these new lands on a chilly autumn day, rumors from the town east of the forest foretold of the dangers that lie ahead, that no one should be traveling through to Churo, the city beyond the forest to the west, without either good reason or at least half a dozen strong sword arms. But time was of the essence, and the travelers departed with but two other companions. What were their names?
Or these like two extras we have?
Right, two NPCs.
Gerund
and Abigail.
Abigail.
We already have an Abigail, don't we?
Do we?
Oh, well. No, and one of the
Abigail was the apprentice of Cornelius.
Think of a new name.
That's right.
Abby.
Abby?
Yeah.
The ferocious Abby.
It's her name,
it's not short for Abigail. It's its own name.
Gerund and Abby.
Who were they? What were they doing?
Gerund was a smith who took arms to help cull the goblin incursions.
Okay.
And
probably while he was that's probably why he said he was headed over to Churro, and they're probably traveling for you guys for protection, basically, because you were armed and obviously adventurers.
Right. He's made swords, but he hasn't used them all that much.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And Abby was like his niece, and she's like trying to be a minstrel.
Oh, I was gonna say Abby was probably like a ranger that's helping a guy through these lands or something.
No, these were not adventurers.
Oh. All right. Niece, minstrel, learning stuff to sing. I think that's what minstrels do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was during that afternoon, during their travels together, after small conversation made together, the two men from far away weren't. Where were you? Were you sociable, or did you keep to yourselves most of the time?
Nicobar kept to himself, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, if Nicobar did, Jarkle did, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, NPC, or the folks from town, the smith and his niece, like, they would try to start a conversation every so often, but you guys would just shrug them off. The girl started singing and playing a song at one point, but Jarkle, he just kind of like looked around back at her, and she kind of cowered away.
Oh, Jarkle tried to like clap after that though, because he noticed how like scared she was, and he like got really
tried to make her feel better. He's like, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah.
Nicobar quietly glowered at you for a second, and then looked back at the ground.
And Jarkle then stopped clapping and looked at the ground as well.
It was a very awkward time.
Very much so.
But not as awkward as what happened next.
Uh-oh.
Both of you, go ahead and roll death saving throws.
Whoa! Whoa!
Oh, wait, how do we... All right. Haha.
All right.
Could be worse.
Right. Success.
It came sudden. Sound of growling and roaring in the forest, the sounds of hoots and hollerings, and a tongue that you did not recognize when a number of goblins came out on wargs, followed by a much larger, fuzzier-looking goblin wielding probably the biggest hammer you ever saw. While you guys stood up for yourselves the best you could, they caught you completely off guard and knocked you all unconscious. Luckily, you guys were able to hold on, and you didn't suffer any major injuries. And everything after that seemed to go dark. Time seems to stop a while until eventually you both feel a warm glow overcome your body. Coming back to your senses, you sit up in a very dimly lit room with iron bars surrounding you. Two silhouettes of squat figures wielding spears can be seen beyond the bars, and outside the small hovel you find yourself in, you see signs of a large bonfire and the sounds of revelry. All right, I'm going to move you guys to the new map.
Robokuanai.
Mm.
That was a Riven reference.
All right.
You start off in a jail.
Oh.
Gerx, can you see the map?
I cannot see that.
No, it's black.
Actually, I just see my token.
You just see your
That's my
token?
token.
Oh, look,
Yeah,
it's me.
I don't see the map.
Let me see what's going on there.
It's me.
That's weird. It says you should be able to see.
I don't see anything. It's all black.
1 second. Technical difficulties.
Technological
It's a good token, though.
My
Now I
apologies,
remember which.
Richard. I won't complain, though. What were you saying, Phoenix?
Could you guys try refreshing real quick?
Sure thing.
Rip.
Oh, I was saying that I see my token. It's a good token. I had completely forgotten what picture I gave Janae for my token.
Now I don't see anything. Oh, no, I see my token, but it's all black still.
Should be... You can't see anything at all?
Nothing. Nope.
Okay, let me take a look at what you guys are looking at. I just remembered I can do that.
It's all just black, and then you see a single token.
Oh, that's my token.
Huh. That is weird.
Is it the dynamic lighting? Is it not working?
I hope not, but I mean, honestly, I guess we could get away without it this time around.
Is anyone afraid of the dark?
Just remember that it's nighttime. I just wanted it to have kind of a cool effect.
Roger, Doctor.
Totally.
It's okay. I can see in darkness.
Oh, I can't. Goliath can't do that. Bummer.
What is it with you and
Oh, there we
characters
go.
that cannot see in the dark?
Yeah, we see it.
Whoosh!
It's like everybody can see in the dark in D&D, and you choose like the races that cannot see in the dark always.
The skeleton.
Yeah, I'm a skeleton.
So, Gerx,
Yes.
your clan has recently returned from the outing, and it seems that it was a successful one. You've been unconscious for most of today after a magical mishap that happened the other day. What was that?
We were hunting for resources because I guess we've been out of town for a while. And I decided to cast a fireball against... Oh, fireball. I don't even know if I have fireballs.
No.
I decided to cast a spell against deer instead of using my daggers. And it caused the deer to float above me and eventually fell on me.
Okay. Yeah, it was really awkward and embarrassing, but yeah, you've been sleeping off that most of the day. But as you kind of come out of your small hovel, everyone else has these like huts they've erupted that are not great, but fairly well. But you're just in kind of like a makeshift tent, and they've kind of stashed you down here near where the animals are taken care of. You can see down there a couple of them seem to be feeding some of the warg that you guys take care of, and right on throwing in what appear to be some kind of dried meat rations that you don't really recognize your people having. You also notice the raucous laughter coming from the west there, and with the like really upbeat conversation and laughter and talking, and people you see in front of the bonfire that seem to be moving around and having a good time. It seems that something good, really good happened today.
Oof. Well, honestly, I've been sleeping for too long. I'm kind of hungry. I kind of want to check that out, even though I feel like they're probably going to leave me out of this, but I don't know. I guess it's worth trying.
So wait, are we in cages?
Right. Both of you are in cages. You've been wrapped up in rope and bound in irons.
Okay, so Gerx is not.
He's not with you. Yeah, no.
Okay.
How strong are these irons?
As you they seem pretty strong, but you feel pretty confident in yourself if you needed to break out of them. As you're walking by, you kind of notice in the corner of your eye there seem to be a couple of guards standpoint in the prisoner's room, and you see the faces of 3 humanoid people in there. You see a tall, like huge humanoid man. By the way, obviously should be saying your guys' like armor and everything have been stripped of you, so you're just down into like basic clothing.
Man.
But just a huge man, much bigger than anyone you've ever seen, and he's just kind of like cramped up in one of the cages that you guys keep people in, as well as another man with black round hair that kind of obscures eyes, with a very kind of morose and dark look on his face. Besides that, you see what appears to be a young human girl that is also in there with them, and she seems to be on her side, rolled over.
I'm very curious because I've never seen a human this tall and muscular before. Like, he looks a little bit off from the humans I'm used to looking at. I mean, they already look kind of big compared to me, but this guy's just huge. So I guess, ignoring my hunger for a second, I kind of want to check on these guys because I don't know what's going on here.
Okay. As you walk up to him, you recognize the 2 guards that are standing point here. You see Isaac and Clem. Isaac, as you're coming in, is just kind of sitting there as he gives you basically like a half look. But Clem, as you step it up, he stands up suddenly. He holds his spear aloft, like in front of you, kind of like putting it between you and him. He's like shaking. He's just like, get out of here, Gerx. He's gonna cause trouble. Go.
Gerx just wants to check on the big human. He's never seen anything as muscular before.
There's nothing to see. You're just gonna cause trouble. You'll release them or something. We don't need those guys out.
Gerx just wants to take a look. That's all.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
I love these guys. They're great.
Persuasion? Okay.
You can tell they have a past.
Oh man.
All right. With a 7, Clem there like puts the like spear even closer. He's like, "Get out of here, Gerx, if you know what's good for you." And you see him like he's like beginning to sweat a lot. At that point, Isaac is just like, "Come on, man, just let him do what he wants."
Oh shit! Go to the Euro Award.
And Clem is just like, "Fine, but man, I swear, if anything comes of this, you're dead, man. You're dead."
So, did we win? Did we get our resources? I don't know. What's going on.
It says, "Well, what do you think, man? We got." And Isaac is just like, "Yeah, I got some guys. Caravan's coming tomorrow, so it's a good thing we got something for him."
Does that mean we finally get something to eat? Like, Gerx is really hungry right now.
Yeah, man. Actually, they got that deer yesterday that you got. They're cooking it right now, I think.
Deer that oh yes, the deer. Yes, of course. Gerx defeated the deer. Yes. Wait, I want some of that. I'll check on the human later. Yeah, you have to explain me why you so tall.
You saying that in common?
No.
Yeah, we can't understand.
It doesn't even cross his mind.
Yeah. So for both of you, you see this. Like, why don't you describe what Gerx looks like?
I should take a goblin.
I mean, yes, it's just a kind of a scrawny goblin in like worn down robes. I guess the moment he learned he could do magic, he decided like, oh, I have to dress the part. But the best he could find was like this robes that were definitely not fit for him, and they were just kind of like are they abandoned and
are they a little
out.
Too big? Like they just kind of like drag along the floor as he's moving.
No, because I think they're like a little bit worn down, so they're kind of loose, but they're not exactly long. If you get what I'm saying, like they were probably like torn at some point.
Yeah, so they're kind of ragged at the ends.
Yeah.
But you two, while you're bound up, you're not gagged or anything.
Okay.
And,
do we have a moment there?
Jarkle, the goblin that just came in seems to be eyeing you up and down.
Oh, was that Gerx?
But
yes.
Make an insight check real quick.
Okay. I keep on rolling. I can't roll Eleanor's. I always want to roll her stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're pretty sure this little goblin is mocking you.
Jarkle kind of laughs. I think he appreciates that he's mocking him. He's very small. I think Jarkle's not going to pay attention. He's going to look at the girl. Does she seem okay?
She seems fine. She is breathing from what it seems. She doesn't seem to be too badly wounded, but she is bound like you guys are. And she's not really talking or looking at the situation. She is just laying on her side right now.
All right. Well, Jarkle's going to turn to Nicobar and he's going to ask in common, oh God, character voices. Okay.
Hey, Nicobar, how's it going?
Stop that. Hey.
Do you know the voice tube?
Yeah, I can do a voice. Don't worry. I am Jarkle.
He's a voice.
Do you need a voice tube?
He kind of I guess he kind of like makes a noise towards Nicobar and says, Nicobar, what is going on? Did you see what happened to Gerend? It's a voice.
Well, look where we are. Looks like the same thing happened to us.
Jarkle laughs. No, Nico, but did you see what happened to Gerend, our friend? I just want to make sure his well-being is still well.
And as you guys are having this conversation, you're just kind of watching them, Gerx. You speak common, as does
Yes.
all the goblins do. But Clem there suddenly jumps back with his oh, have I not had him revealed? Whoops.
Yep.
No, we're not looking at the tokens. That was something else.
There they are. There they are.
Clem's got a good face.
I was wondering about those guys. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, Clem there, jumping back with the spear, begins like clanging on the bars. He's like, "You quiet! You quiet!"
Oh, goblins.
Isaac in the back there is just kind of sitting there. He seems like he's just leaning on his spear, about to fall asleep, basically.
Jarkle's gonna turn to Nicobar and saying, "Giant, how many did you kill?"
I wounded one, maybe. I don't know.
Jarkle laughs. I was. How many, Janae? How many could I have killed? How many can I get away with? Can I roll?
Roll me a d6.
D6. Okay. I'm a big guy.
You killed 5 of them. Yeah.
Make a capture.
You were the hardest one to bring down, and that's why you are like more tied up and bound than Nicobar is right now.
Right, and I assume I'm like, just breaking at the seams because nothing they have like holds me especially well.
Yeah.
I whisper Nicobar. Yeah.
You feel pretty confident in your ability to probably break out of this if you really had to, but your situation might not be the best for it right now.
But Jarkle whispers to Nicobar, I killed 5. I killed 5 of them, and it was great.
Is this in common?
No, this isn't giant.
You realize they're in front of us, you great oaf. I say back in giant.
Jarkle laughs and then kind of like shakes his head and looks at Gerx.
Is that common? I don't know what they're saying. I like humans spoke common.
And Clem's just like, that's giant, you idiot. How can they speak it though?
You can understand this, right? Yeah.
He doesn't look that giant. Okay. Well, Curse is definitely gonna get some food. I'll grab it.
Isaac's just like, I don't know. He's pretty big. He's probably bigger than Klug. Yes.
The moment Isaac says Klug, Curse kind of stops for a second and shivers, and then keeps walking.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a drink for this one.
All right, you move you move towards the big bonfire. As you can see, what looks like a pig is actually a deer.
A pig, so not a deer.
Yeah. Well, it is a deer.
It's the pig deer, like an avatar when they combine animals.
Sure.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just my representational thing.
No, I know. Just making sure, because I mean, it's not the deer that Gerx
It looks like it's been roasted, and yeah, it looks like it's about ready. It seems people are all around. There's what appears to be a big keg of ale, which where they got that you have no idea. But a lot of them are like, you see the one on the top left there, you recognize it as Dresk. She has like a old dingy pot that she has that she's just filled full of ale, and she's drinking out of that. Placo there is just like going to the tap and drinking straight out of it. Sosu here seems to be making some kind of stew to kind of go along with the meat meal. But as you approach, Hiss here turns towards you. It's over.
That's how he talks. Don't make fun of him.
He just kind of turns his head to the side until it's like almost upside down.
Looking back at you like,
Gerx, get out of here. This is not for you.
But Gerx is the one who killed us.
Yes.
Right?
Well, where were you when we lost 5 of our own earlier?
Oh, dude, get on.
I don't know. I don't know what happened since the deer.
And at that point, Bretta, who's turning this, is like,
Gerx, you ain't worthy of a meal like this.
And
Brother.
Dresk over there, you see her kind of giving you this like cloying look of like almost pity as this is happening. Placo just kind of like laughs as he falls over as the ale is spilling out on his hand. As Waka over here is just like, "Oh, don't waste that! What's he doing?" Yeah, Hiss looking at you. He looks like he's very against you having any of this meal.
But Gerx is hungry too.
And Dresk kind of like steps up there. She's like, Gerx, you know, I'll bring you by something later, okay? Maybe you should just go though.
Okay, I guess I'll look at the big human again.
Yeah, and as you turn around and walk off, this is like,
yes, go back to your hole and leave us be.
Damn, dude.
Like kicks the ground and starts walking.
Damn.
That's cold, bro. even for a goblin.
Yeah, it is messed up. It's messed up.
So I guess Gerx comes back to the person right here. He kind of looks at Isaac and Clem. So she's like, so why is this human so big? And then in common, he kind of points at Jarko's like, why are you so big?
Oh, Jarko lets out a big belly laugh. Oh, oh Goblin. Oh, Goblin. Have you never seen a Goliath?
Goliath?
Oh, you're simple people. I kind of like try to like rattle Nico Bar's cage to like point at him, kind of motion with like my shoulders and like body language.
What?
No, are you listening? Did you listen to this goblin?
Yeah. I did.
Oh, Goblin. We were wondering. We're looking for our friend Gerend, I believe is his name. Could you inquire for us with any goblin leadership you have?
and as you say that, Abby actually kind of like moves up a little bit and raises her head off the ground. She doesn't look towards you though.
By the way, I don't know if you have tokens for them, but we don't see them either.
I don't.
We don't see.
Okay.
Okay.
I can make one.
Just wanna
real
check.
quick.
That's okay. Just wanted to double check.
All this rattling my cage is aggravating my headache.
Jarko looks over a little like sad, like, oh, I'm so Nico Bar, I apologize. Gravely.
Was I knocked out on the head, or was I knocked out just like probably, right?
You were not. Yeah, I'd say you were knocked out in the back of the head.
Yeah, so I'm rubbing where I was bonked.
You've probably got like a wound that appears to have been bandaged up as well.
Huh.
Jarko asks in giant, Nico Bar, have you been injured like this before? Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. Thank you very much.
Jarko's concerned though.
And Clem is just like, that's enough! That's enough! And he begins like clanging on the bars of the cages again with the spear. And he says, don't fraternize with the prisoners, Gerx. You know the rules.
Yes, the rules, of course. How could I forget the rules? Don't Fraternize. Yes.
Yes, please don't fraternize with us. I don't want to hear any more talking. I'm very, very headachy right now. Thank you.
Yes, you're very smart. Don't fraternize with the prisoners. Thank you. Gerx will
Is
remember
that
that.
Goblin? Is that Goblin?
I don't know. I guess it wasn't common since. I mean,
Okay.
I guess so.
Does
Yeah.
Nikobar know Goblin?
I guess so because
I don't
Nicobar
know
listened to it.
Goblin. If it was in Goblin, then I didn't hear what they were saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm never
and
sure when it's Goblin or not.
Gerx might have said it out loud in common,
Okay. That makes sense.
but Clem
So
probably
I need to talk clearer when I'm speaking in Goblin because it is my language.
Mhm.
Good keeping an eye out, buddy.
No
So-
problem.
So,
I'm making sure, yeah.
so what is the plan after this? Where are we going? It's Clark here.
Well, of course he's up there, and he points towards the big tent to the northwest of it. Isaac kind of turns up and he's like, I think caravan's supposed to be here tomorrow or something in the morning, and yeah, we finally got something for him, so I guess things are gonna be okay for a while.
I don't know how people say that after what he did to the boss. Ugh.
Yeah, man, well, it comes and goes. And Clem is just like still shaking. He's just like, Gerx, do you have no better place to be right now?
I don't know. Nobody has told Gerx what to do. I've been asleep since I hunted a deer.
I don't know. Why don't you go help with the animals? They probably need cleaning or something. I don't know.
Fine. I don't like those giant things, but fine.
Sorry, I told you guys this was going to be a weird one.
That was good. I love it.
You gotta figure out how to get out of this town.
Could I
It's like a point and click adventure game.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Could I cast
Exhaust
Divine
all
Sense
possible
while I'm tied up? Yeah.
What was that?
Could I cast Divine Sense while I'm like tied up?
Sure, that tunes you into what Celestial Undead.
It tells me, yeah, I'll read it off for a second here because it's like the one thing I can do.
Mhm.
And I get the presence of strong evil registering with me, or the presence of like strong good, up to 60 feet, for any sort of like consecrated ground, or hallowed.
Yeah, but I think it specifically says like undead celestials and all that, which in that case, in this area, no, there doesn't seem to be any sense of celestials or desecrated ground or hallowed ground in this particular area.
Jarkle turns to Nikobar and kind of rattles his cage again by like hitting it with his head, I guess, like leaning over. Nikobar. There's nothing here but goblins, as far as I can tell. We're fine. Do not worry.
Oh, thank you so much for reassuring me. I appreciate it. Really, I do.
Jarkle smiles.
All right. As you go over to the warg cages, Gerx, the warg seem to be gnawing at some kind of dried beef, which you don't really recognize where this came from. Because as I said before, supplies like this were definitely in short supply around your village.
Like
So-
this was definitely salvaged from something, or
Yeah, seems like it.
I guess I'll look up to Sir and Ichi. I obviously know their names because I'm part of this.
And as you go up to them, you see Itchy is standing along a cage that seems to be a couple of captured owl bears. He's, you beautiful lot. You're gonna make a great companion for me. All I gotta do is get you good and trained up. And Sir here is kind of just like leaning up against the cage here with this particular warg. This warg in itself seems to be like tired and injured, and you notice that there's no food for it.
So, how come we're not fitting this one? I mean, don't get me wrong, I hate these things. They're kind of scary, but it looks hungry.
Sir looks over to you and says,
Oh, it's you, Gerx. This little one betrayed its rider. Ran off when he needed him most. There'll be no food for this one.
Gerx actually feels kind of sympathetic since he's not being fed at the moment. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure they didn't mean it.
he says, and Itchy looking over to you says, Oh, Gerx, probably hadn't had much to eat yourself all day, have you?
Mm-hmm. Gerx is still waiting for you, Samila. I was the one who got the deer.
You see Ichi kind of like reach into one of his pockets, and he like pulls out what appears to be some kind of bread as he tosses it to you. He's like, "Hey, go! Pulled it off the lot we took in."
I guess it's better than nothing.
You got one stale bread.
All right.
Bread, yay!
You gotta
Fine out of that.
you gotta combine that with a rope and then use that as a grappling hook. Oh.
Then find the gum and chew the gum, and then attach it to the shoes. I was gonna say, like, you make eye contact with the warg at one point when you walk away, and just like tap your heart and then point to him.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Gerx doesn't really like them because he finds them kind of scary, but he does feel sympathetic that it's not being fed because it didn't feed a requirement. It did not meet a requirement.
Yeah. Poor Gerx and poor.
As you get up close and look at the warg, and the warg like looks dead in your eyes, looking up at you, kind of sniffing the air, and then go ahead and make an animal handling check.
Oh. Oh.
Okay. Yeah, with a 12, as the creature looks at you, you get this idea of it's pretty angry as you're staring at it, and if you stand close to there, pretty soon it might lash out at you.
Gerx slowly walks away because he feels very uncomfortable right now.
Yeah. As you back up, it says,
You shouldn't get close to these ones when they're hungry. They get real nasty.
Don't believe me. That's the reason I don't like riding. I prefer to just walk.
But you don't get far nowhere if you're only walking everywhere.
Yes, but I don't get eaten.
he just says, they won't eat you if you know what you're doing. All you got to do is treat them with a little bit of kindness. And he holds out like a small piece of meat as the warg like snaps at his hand and like bites his fingers like, oh, fuck! That's all it takes. I'm going to be right back. And he walks off.
So Gerx kind of looks like his fingers, shivers for a little bit, and stays away from that word. So is there anything here that I can do? People don't want me at the roast, and they don't want me at the prison.
And she looks. Sir looks over to you and says,
I'm afraid everything that needs to be done here tonight has already been done. Why don't you just take it easy? Do whatever it is you do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
She kind of walks past you and goes over to a couple of small like dairy animals that you guys have.
I swear, if this little goblin hits my cage one more time with his spear, he's gonna hurt me.
I guess he goes back to his shoddy tent for a while, just kind of sits down, like looking around everywhere.
All right, so you just wait there for a while?
For now. Just kind of staring at all the different groups.
You sit alone, and you've gotten pretty used to spending your evenings like this, just because no one really wants to spend time with you in this village. So as you're all alone, passing the evening all by yourself, as you usually do, how do you usually pass the time? Do you just kind of look off, or have you taken up a hobby?
For the most part, he just kind of stares at the different groups, see what they're up to, see if he can figure out what's going on, because not a lot of info usually comes my way. And I don't know, he just kind of scribbles with a stick on the floor.
All right. So as time passes in the evening,
I am proficient on a pan flute, but I probably don't have one on me right now.
Do you not have like an old one that's probably kind of beat up?
I think he probably has an old. I don't know if he will have it right now after the whole deer incident, but I think generally he does have like a beat up pan flute that was scavenged from a caravan or something.
Yeah, I'd say that you have that. It's probably seen better days, but you take it out and you kind of play yourself a small tune. Jarkle and Nikobar, hearing this tune that's played by Gerx south of it, it's actually, though the instrument is not in the best condition, it's actually a pretty nice, like, delicate, sweet tune that's being played. Clem actually gets up with a spear and looks outside for a bit, and he's like walks down. He's like, Gerx, can you just keep quiet, please?
Okay.
He'll walk back.
He just puts it away, keeps scribbling on the ground.
He's like muttering to himself. He's like,
Nicobar looks at Clem and says in Giant, apologize. Or no, hold on. Sorry, no. What were you stopping that other goblin from playing music?
You say that in Giant?
Yes.
Yeah, as you say that in Giant, he looks up to you and he says, I thought I told you to be quiet.
I really like Clem.
when he said that, he didn't seem to say it like he understood what you were saying. He just was reacting to you making noise.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Jarkle wants to remind Clem that you please do not touch Nicobar's bars. Do not rattle his cage, so to speak. It's not kind.
And
he's not taking to it well.
And he points his spear towards you, and he's just like, I don't take orders from you.
And he kind of laughs calmly. It's not an order, friend. Just wanna give you a heads up. So
Isaac is just like, don't let him get under your skin, man. It's just gonna make it worse.
He said that in common. I'm not getting under anyone's skin.
What's surrounding these shackles? Is it like mud, or is it what is it?
What do you mean surrounding?
Like the ground? Is it covered in
the ground itself?
It's like a mat?
Yeah, it seems to be like a straw mat underneath.
Okay.
Can I roll persuasion? Who's Abby? That's the name of that girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to persuade her to calm down a bit. Jarkle kind of leans over and asks, "So you're a traveling minstrel, right? How did that pan flute sound to you?" And he tries to be very interested in what she has to say.
Okay, she kind of gets up a little bit, but once again, she doesn't really look towards you. Says, "It was very sweet."
He kind of laughs. Oh, good to hear.
It's interesting to know such monsters can produce such a thing.
Oh, they're all kinds. You don't even know. You see all sorts of stuff.
And then you see her head kind of fall to the ground as she lays back down and is looking off in the other direction again.
Do not worry. We will find Jaren soon, and you'll be reunited.
All right, so
she doesn't respond. How rude.
As time passes, the evening falls, and the deer is taking out the spit, and they begin just ripping it apart and carving it, and everyone is just get their hands on the meat that they can, as they're just all eating it together in a circle. No plates, no napkins, no nothing. Just wow.
Gerx is kind of just looking at him from afar, hoping that somebody will come his way with a portion. But
you see Dresk at one point, when everyone's talking and having a good time, Dresk at one point kind of backs up a little bit and is still kind of engaging with somebody while she's talking, and from behind her back throws a piece of meat that lands right there, and then she goes back.
I guess he just kind of looks around, see if anybody's looking at him, and decides to go for it.
Make a stealth check.
Nicobar sees this.
All right. Yeah, you're able to get up to the piece of meat without anyone noticing you. Grabbing onto it, it seems to be pretty well prepared. It is still hot in your hands.
Doesn't care. He gets on it.
Yeah.
I can make a perception check to see if there's some sort of conflict going on between these characters as to why they have to do that.
Make an insight check.
Okay, insight.
I already tried that and failed, right? So I can't do it.
Yeah, you thought I was mocking you.
You can make another insight check if you want, if you're trying to read the situation.
Okay, let me do that then.
Oh, I already made one though.
For Nicobar in particular, you know how to read the situation. You're just thinking about how rude Abby was to you.
A little bit, yeah.
As you look at it, Nikopar, you pick up very easily that Gerx here seems to be an outcast of sorts. You don't know how deep that lies, but he seems to be, by more than just like Clem here, is kind of not liked.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that meat thing is like that kind of like tipped me off too. Not just the music, like the music kind of like made me a little bit aware what's going on with that. But then
But this weird meat situation here.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
Yeah, Gerx, you've had the like most fresh piece of meat that you've had in a long time, and while it's a pretty small portion, you're happy to have that. And together with the bread, tonight's the night that you actually don't go hungry.
Yeah, this is the happiest Gerx has been in a while since Clark took over. It's it's kind of a shitty situation, but for him right now, it's like, oh man, I'm having such a good day right now.
It's a good day. All right, met a giant, had some meat. All right.
I talk to Clem again, and I say,
"Are you talking in common?"
Yeah.
Okay.
Green one, why aren't you eating?
And Clem looks back towards you and says, "It's not hard to be quiet, man."
Jarko laughs really hard at that.
He's an asshole, but I really like Clem.
But I like to see your proud brow. Furrowed brow.
He turns around at you and like you can see that he's just like shaking. He grabs onto his spear while he's holding it towards you, and like while it's like visibly shaking in his hands, it's like, "Just give me a reason, man. I am so sick of this."
Okay. I use a command. Can I do that with my hands bound?
I believe it is just oh, you know what? I have that program. I can use it right now.
You have a program?
Yeah, well, I got that tablet.
Oh, we're in the 21st century now.
Oh, tight.
Dude, Star Trek.
I have all the spells at the tip of my hands. Level 1 command. I guess I could also look at it at roll 20, but it's a vocal only, so yes, you can, even though you're bound.
Okay, I use command on Clem to drop his spear.
Okay, and that's a
to throw it away.
Wisdom saving throw.
So where do I go on this?
So wouldn't you be saying throw?
Yeah, throw away.
Yeah, that's one word, so yeah, throw.
Or drop.
Drop.
Right. All right. Sorry, I was pulling one more thing up. I'm not prepared. Oh, oops.
Yeah, no, I don't really know how casting spells works. I'm just kind of learning it as I go.
I get it, man. Being a wizard's hard.
Okay, with an 80 fails his save. You see him like suddenly like yelp. He's like, "Ah!" And his hands just open up as the spear clatters to the ground.
Jarko's gonna laugh so hard at that.
Ichabod just like laughs at his face.
Yeah, he like
We're all
backs up. He's like,
Oh,
Yes.
and Isaac there's like, Clem, God damn it, man. Ugh.
Yes, go tend to your weak friend.
no, wait. I want to stop Isaac. Wait, don't leave us unattended because we may try to escape if you do so. I just want to warn you.
And he looks up towards you. He's like, duly noted. And I wasn't going anywhere.
Okay, and yeah, if he could have like wiped sweat off his brow, he would have.
Nicobar looks over at Jarkle, like a little bit of a side look, and then like kind of goes back to leaning back in his little cage.
I don't know if Jarkle noticed.
Gerx immediately runs in. He's just like, ooh, opportunity. I can be useful. So, do you need me to suffer, Clem? So he says to Isaac and Goblin.
He looks at you and he says, sure, man, just pick up the spear and hold it. Easy job.
He grabs the spear and he looks fucking proud.
I'm useful.
Man, this day's getting better.
You.
All right.
Mamluk, sorry, no, not Mamluk. Nikobar addresses Gerx and says, "You there, green one."
He kind of looks around and then looks at Nikobar.
In
You talking to Gerx?
Yes. Is that what they call you, Gerx?
Yeah, that's also what Gerx called himself. Gerx.
Great. What's going on here? It seems as if you are not well received in this village.
You know, people are nervous around Gerx sometimes because sometimes things flood when they're not supposed to, or people speak with bubbles, or I don't know. Weird stuff happens. Gerx doesn't know why.
We're a sorry lot here in these cages. Why would you want to guard us?
Gerx just wants to feel useful. Gerx doesn't usually get a job.
Is that why you're not joining the fellows over there for their meal?
Well, you know, Gerx didn't earn the meal, I guess. Even though Gerx killed a deer, it wasn't enough.
You sound like you're a talented individual, though. I enjoyed the music you were playing earlier.
Oh, that thing? Oh, just look at this thing. This has seen better days. I don't.
Oh, but one such as you knows how to take care of an instrument, surely, I can see.
Oh, I don't know the first thing about taking care of an instrument. I just play whatever.
Nonsense. You can do it just fine. Just tune it up.
Gerx, I don't want to interject, but you are fantastic. Our friend Abby here, and kind of like rattle towards Abby, she does this professionally, and she really appreciated your work.
Isaac, do you hear this? They like my music. I think not many people like Gerx's music. He says that in comment, by the way.
Isaac looks towards you. He's like, "Yeah, it's all right."
Listen not to the green one over there. You are doing just fine, Gerx.
Thank you. You two are the most interesting humans I've ever seen.
Why don't you play us a song?
Can I? He looks at Isaac.
He shrugs.
That's the spirit.
Abby, ready yourself. Ooh.
You're so overjoyed that your nerves, kind of get the best of you, and you're just unable to like play like you did before when you thought nobody was watching.
I'm sorry. Gerx doesn't usually play for other people. Gerx usually only plays for himself. I'm sorry.
In the middle of your like playing though, Klug comes out and walking towards you. You see Clem is just like in his head, like hand. He's just like holding on to Clem's like face. You see his nose peeking out between his fingers as he's like struggling in Klug's hand, walking towards the tent.
Is he like carrying him?
Yeah, basically he's carrying him by like holding him by his face.
Jesus. Oh, Gerx immediately stops talking and kind of looks away. He doesn't want to look at Klug directly in the face.
Walks into the room, and Gerx, what do you do when he's walking in?
He kind of like looks away, like he doesn't want to look him directly in the face.
And says, as you walk in, you can just like, even though you're looking away from him, you could just feel his eyes peering down at you. And says, "Who said you could come near the prisoners? Freak."
I'm sorry, Klug. Gerx hasn't been given any instructions.
Go back to your hole.
No, okay. That's okay. Here's your spear, Clem. I'm sorry.
And Clem is just like, he's like struggling.
He just puts the spear in his hand, even though he's not really capable of using it at the moment, and he walks away.
Yeah, you like try to hand it to him, and he's like flailing around a little too much. Like he knocks it and just kind of clatters on the ground in front of Nikobar's cage.
Now, why did you do that? I was really enjoying the new company.
And Klug walks up like real close, as you just get a big whiff of his breath, and it is awful. As he looks towards you and says, "You think you can come in here and use your magic for fun? Do you know the position you're in?"
Well, it appears I'm in chains.
"Indeed, and it's much greater than that." As he holds up Clem, and like you can just hear like a creaking noise as like his hand begins to tense up, and you hear Clem just like, and he just while standing with Clem in front of you, just his skull just like crumples under his hand, as he drops Clem to the floor, and he says,
"You be quiet now. We'll be leaving in the morning. You better get your rest."
I sure do hope you have health insurance.
as he walks off. And Isaac there at that point, this guy's been pretty like apathetic up to this point, but when Klug started doing that, like he actually like was backing up in the corner, kind of like holding his spear like Jesus. And then when he actually like killed Clem, his mouth is just agape right now. He's just like, fuck. Shit.
It doesn't look like your boss cares too much about your well-being.
Klug walks off. And Isaac is just silent as you say that.
So, Isaac, is what just happened? Did Clem what? And he's just kind of dumbfounded.
Make a persuasion check because you're trying to get him to open up. You're just acting really amicable and asking like very earnestly.
Right.
And as you do so, Isaac is just kind of like looking at you, and you can see fear in his eyes that wasn't there before, as he just seems to want to keep quiet.
All right, Jarkol, can I like try to like break an arm free or something?
Go ahead and make an athletics check.
Okay, this will go well. Man.
Oh, you should be on toggle, not always roll. I forgot to change that on your thing.
Yeah, I don't have the options to like change stuff on this one.
You do actually.
I do?
If you click the gear on the right side of the character sheet there, you see where it says roll queries, always roll advantage.
Oh gosh. Sorry, we can do this later, man. I don't want you to slow everything down.
I'll do it right for you.
Oh, thank you.
Simple. All right. So yeah, you pull at them, but the chains themselves to be pretty tight, as together with you're in ropes as well, and you're not in the best position. But yeah, in due time.
Jarkol sighs. Just know that we are here to help, friend. Our only cause is one of nobleness.
Klug walks over here to the fire as everyone seems to have noticed what happened over there, and everyone's kind of fallen silent. And Klug is just like,
"What? I thought this was a party for a job well done. Are you not drinking and eating merrily?"
And everyone kind of like goes back to quietly doing what they're doing, as Klug walks over and like grabs the remainder of the keg, and he just like begins chugging what's left in it, and he just kind of like throws it on the ground as it falls into a heap, completely empty and broken.
Chug.
Yeah, normally they'd be cheering for that, but not in this case so much.
Cluck.
As he walks back to his tent.
How limited is my ability to use my arms?
Pretty limited. They are bound and iron and behind your back. So
okay. Just checking.
Yeah.
Seeing that Glog goes back to his tent, Gerx approaches what's left of Clem and Isaac very slowly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you see like Clem's body is just crumpled on the floor as he just walked over with his head a lot less together than it used to be.
This is what I'm talking about, Isaac. This would have never happened with the boss.
Isaac kind of looks to you and says, "Yeah, man, well, what can you fucking do, right?"
I don't know. I don't know. I don't like this.
The Red Klaw are out there, man. Even if we got rid of Klug, he would just be replaced the next day.
Are they speaking in Goblin?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I always liked Clem. He was always so kind.
He kind of looks at you.
It's always so kind.
He kind of looks at you, and it's kind of like, huh. I mean, Clem was a bit of an asshole, but he certainly didn't deserve that.
I mean, all he did was drop his spear. I don't know if I don't know if someone deserves to have their head smashed in because of that.
But yeah, I don't know, man.
I want to turn to Nicobar and saying, what is it, Giant? I say we should have a code word for when we feel desperate and I need to escape immediately. Like whenever I break out of my chains, we'll do it at once. How about if I in common say rain? That means we should both try desperately to escape.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Jarkle smiles. Acknowledgement.
Okay. Okay. I'm trying to think. No, I can't do that. My hands are brown. Okay, never mind.
You kind of try to motion, but then remember that your arms are bound and just go back to your position.
Yeah, I do like a little struggle with my. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was gonna do like an air guitar to Gerx to have you play some more music because I was liking the music.
Yeah, Gerx is not playing anything right now.
Mood's kind of been killed.
Yes.
I thought it was amusing having the little guy get smushed.
Do you say that?
I mean, I was gonna wait until like one of them mentioned him before I did that, but they were talking in Goblin, so I couldn't understand.
So how does Abby look? What's she up to?
She's been in the same position for a while now. Go ahead and make a perception check.
All right, perception. That's my middle name. I mean, I named it that specifically so I'd have advantage in perception checks. So Danae, you
that's
better
how it
get
works.
advantage on this. Yeah. Oh my god!
How do you get a crit?
Never mind.
Holy shit!
Never mind. I don't need advantage.
Yeah, so as you look over Abby, you listen really closely, and you swear you hear.
Damn it, Nika! You ruined the fantasy.
What did I do?
Wait, was that not you?
No, that was me.
You? Janae,
Quit blaming me for all the bad.
you're the one with the soundboard.
As you
I don't have a soundboard.
you she's very slight about it, but you can hear the sound of sobbing.
And it is she was related to Gerend, right?
Yes, that was his niece.
Right, I thought so.
Oh, and Jaren's dead?
You don't know where
We can-
Jaren is.
Oh, we don't know.
I'll put together from context clues that he's probably dead.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe
Actually, I
he's best
lean
friends
over to
with
Nico
Clug.
Bar. Maybe.
Best friends with Clug, and they're just drinking together.
Yeah.
And
But I say to Nico Bar, she's sobbing. I think Jaren's dead. Heads up. And I say that in Giant.
You can't always, survive, I guess. I don't know. What do you want me to say? He's dead. He didn't fight well. He knew we were going somewhere to fight and didn't know how to fight. So he's dead.
That is fair. He was our charge, though.
At that point, Abby actually just begins full on bawling as she's laying over there. Oh, you're talking in Giant. Never mind.
Yeah, we're talking Giant. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, she does that anyways.
Okay.
And then Isaac kind of looks over and says, "Can you do something to make her stop?"
I say in common, if it makes you feel any better, I'm sure he's in a much better place on Earth.
And then she's kind of bewildered for a second, but no. Yeah, she just continues crying out loud there.
Did the best I could there.
who are they talking about, Isaac?
There was another human along with them. That's what I heard. I think he got away. I don't know.
Well, Isaac, do you have a belonging to Gerend? Just to calm her down.
I don't got nothing. What are you looking at me for?
Well, didn't you kill Gerend?
Me? No, I didn't do it.
Or just any of you? Okay, well, I meant that royally. Do you know what that means, Goblin? I'm sorry. I don't mean to talk above you.
Whatever, man.
No, I don't mean to offend you. I'm trying to ask some simple questions. I'm very sorry.
And Gerx says in common to Isaac, pointing at him. She's like, "Wait, but if he gets away, that means it's good news for them, right? They have no reason to cry."
Maybe. And you see Abby kind of stops crying as she looks towards and says, "You say he's alive?" And Isaac's like, "Look, I'm really not supposed to talk with the prisoners."
Come on,
Yes,
tell her. Come on, we're all waiting for it. Come on, tell her.
Yes, I'm talking to the prisoners. Yes.
I mean, you've already broken that rule so many times. You've already broken that oath. So
make a
thoroughly.
persuasion check, one of you.
Okay.
Whoever makes it can do it with advantage.
Oh, thank you. I've been rolling really poorly lately. I clicked on it. Okay.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
I don't need to roll again. Well, I want to get a crit.
Maybe you get a crit. Or
No,
maybe you won't.
Look, from what I heard, he got away, but he was wounded, and it's not safe out there. So, I mean, chances are he's dead.
Wait, but I could heal him. Why are we here then?
Well, you'll find out later.
Your cage side manner is impeccable, sir.
Isaac says, "We'll find out later," and Gersh just starts shivering again. Maybe it's better I'm not here. I don't want to see this happen again. He looks like a limb.
Yeah, could you go find someone to take care of this? I really don't want to be standing next to him like this.
But nobody's gonna listen to me.
I mean, look, they probably saw what happened. Somebody's got to do something, right?
I guess. Who could they even talk to?
What do you do, Gerx? What do you do?
I guess Gerx grabs Clem from his leg and kind of starts dragging him to the middle, hoping to get someone's attention. Like maybe they'll listen to me this way as opposed to just speaking to them.
It's just like a streak of blood following behind you.
Yes. It's like, yes, this is a good plan. Yes, good job, Gerx.
And as you're walking over, Dress kind of like notices you. Is like, whoa, Gerx, hey, buddy, how's it going, pal?
I mean, Clem and Cluck happened, and I don't know. Something that needs to be done about this.
And Hiss kind of comes up there, and he's just walking forward with this swagger of just like,
Oh, you think you could just drag his body across, huh? Like no big deal.
I mean, he was one of us. He needs to
get out of the way.
He deserves some respect.
You showing him respect right now, you think?
I showing him more respect than smashing his brains in.
And you see Hiss, like he's just baring his teeth, and his hand is in a like clench. And yeah, like goes to like kind of punch you, but he like stops part way, and then he's just like, what's the point? And he walks past you as he says, "Here, let's get him out of here." And he goes and picks up Clem's body, putting him over his shoulder. And
He does a big poke.
Dress is like, I'll help you, as he takes off the body of Clem with him. They're off over here now.
Hey, you want to see the wall? Here it is. Wow.
And Gersh just kind of thinks, I'm going to miss Clem. He always talked funny.
And
so he's shaking and yelling.
Sosu actually like looks over at you, and she actually gestures towards you.
Who, Dresk?
Sosu.
Oh, Sosu. Oh. Like gesturing to get closer?
Yes.
All right.
As she come close to her, she says, "Gerx,
If you wish to live, you might want to leave tonight.
Wait, what do you hear?
Never you mind. Take my warning and go.
And you see her dip a vial into the pot behold of her, or in front of her. She puts it in front of you and says,
"Here, take this. It's due for you."
Thank you, Sasu. And
uh-oh.
again.
You just cut out there for a second. Oh no.
No.
Felix,
not here?
my boy, no.
I hear you. We hear
Hello?
you.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can hear
What's
you.
up, dude?
Okay. Oh, that's weird. I guess that was a hiccup. Oh, I'm just saying Gerx kind of mutters to himself again. It's just like, this will have never happened.
Oh man.
By the way, what did Sasu hand him again?
Appears to be a small, like, dirty cup of full of stew that she's made.
Okay. It's just like, thank you.
And
I'm afraid that I'm going to turn into Gerbo when trying to take us Gerx.
And you hear coming from the north, there is a gentle tune being played on a lute, and a bunch of smoke coming out of the hut to the north.
You hear?
Mhm.
Do I know who camps in there? Like, is that something I want to check out?
You know, that one in particular is one of the older goblins who goes by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
Oh, yes. Name. I gave that name.
So gonna do it.
I asked David for 3 names, and all 3 of them are here.
I recognize Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Oh, there's Waka.
Yeah, Waka and Placo.
Where's
Oh,
Placo?
wow, that's a David's name.
Oh, there's Placo.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, sorry, I don't mean to derail the adventure.
You know, him in particular is kind of like a come with the wind as it are kind of thing. He's the oldest one here, and everyone usually kind of lets him do his own thing because he's too old to really do much work.
Was he part of like the Red Klaw?
No, he was not. He's one of your original clan.
Kind of doubting his decision, kind of stares at Clark's tent to make sure nothing happens, and starts slowly walking towards Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
Mm.
By the way, do we always use his full name?
Oh, of course.
It's all one word.
He's
It's
a
all one word.
Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
Long name for a goblin, but yeah, I think that's probably why people remember him.
As you approach his hut, you see him. He's got his long pipe with some pipe weed in it going, and he's holding his lute as he's kind of playing a soft tune. And he goes, "Hey, Gerx, my man, how it do, brother?"
Until a few minutes ago, I got some bread, I got some meat, I killed a deer, and then Clog did what Clog does.
Ah, man, yeah, I heard that. Oof. We got him this time.
And he kind of lowers his voice, and I don't know if I should be talking about this, but so...
You can cut out again.
Oh, Gerx kind of lowers his voice, and he's just like, I don't know if I should be talking about this, but Sosu said I should leave tonight.
And he looks towards you with a kind of a grin across his face, and he says, "Oh, so she's a wise woman."
So, do you think I should listen to Sosu?
Well, if she's saying it, there's probably some reason for it.
Gerx doesn't like this. What are you going to do, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle?
Oh, man. Whatever come may be, I think I'm just going to sit right here and play my tunes.
Dude is so chill. My God. Such a chill goblin.
You were always my favorite, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle.
What was that?
You were always my favorite, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. I'm going to miss you.
He says, "Yeah, Gerx. We'll probably see each other again, maybe."
I don't know. I don't know if the Red Klaw want me around.
I wanna turn to Nicobar and say something in Giant. Nicobar does. Sorry, I can't do Philip's voice. Nicobar does. Do any of them seem lost to you? Especially that one Gerx. They all seem. Do you think we could tell them of Shui Han, which is his like tribal name for is?
Okay.
Yeah, but do you think we can tell them of Shui Han? They seem like they could use her.
Well, I don't think these goblins have much use for any of that. We could definitely use that corpse over there for something I like. But I don't know. I don't think the ocean's nearby. It would rot before then. I don't think she would want that.
No, I think our time for sacrificing that is long past. I don't feel you should give up with these people. They gave up on me back at the convent, so I don't like giving up on people religiously.
Or
backstory.
Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. I guess. Well, that Gerx fellow seems to take at least talking to us, so I imagine he'd be the most likely candidate for a conversion.
He's receptive. They don't seem to appreciate him here. I think we should take a chance on him.
We need more musicians in the fold. Why not?
Oh, Charcoal laughs really hard. He thinks that's very funny. No, like it's really loud.
Not so loud. You might upset the big one.
Charcoal nods.
What's bigger, a Blackbird or a Goliath? What are
Goliath is way bigger.
Guy's big, man.
Oh, damn.
And Nicobar says, well, as much as that would be amusing to see, I don't think we should make him too upset. I am chained up.
No, that's fair. And if they try anything, I'll break out of these chains and help you. Don't be in any way afraid.
Okay.
I turn to Abby and I say something similar. And if they try, I can get out of these chains. If they try anything, and he's not trying to disguise his voice at all. Isaac definitely hears that.
You think we can escape?
I'm not positive. I could probably carry you. I could carry both of you maybe and run. But we wouldn't have any of our defenses, and we're out in the woods alone. Now isn't the time, but if you hear me speak clearly and loudly in a way that is strange, maybe take that as a sign to run. If I said a word, maybe. A weather word.
Maybe if I said a word, maybe. I don't know.
You are very strange.
Charcoal laughs hard again.
And at that point, Isaac is like, huh? What? What's going on? What's the noise?
We were talking in common, as humans do. Go back to sleep, Goblin.
Charcoal laughs again, because it's very funny.
And as you guys are talking and laughing, you hear off in the west a yell.
Is it Rebel yell?
A goblin on the west tower, Gerx, you see. Whoops. Sorry.
I want to track my camera. I don't know where I'm going at.
The back button on my mouse.
So I appreciated your Billy Idol reference, even though nobody else did. It was very
Billy
good.
Idol's not my idol.
I don't know what I'm going. I don't know if you want to track my camera.
Here.
Thanks, David.
No problem. It was good.
Thanks, man.
Oh,
Glad you did.
Eslo is running off of the watchtower here, and he's just yelling out loud, like waving his hands. He's saying, "Orcs! Orcs!" And everyone turns towards them and starts like, "What?"
Hey. Orcs coming from the west, only a few 100 feet away. They'll be on us soon.
wait, are we friendly with orcs?
Do you say that like from that far away?
I guess he just kind of says this to himself. Like maybe Sir Arthur Conan Doyle can hear him.
Yeah, and Sir Arthur Conan Doyle looks towards you and says,
Not all orcs are our friends, brother.
Tell me about it. Not all goblins are our friends.
and
For real.
Dude, nice.
Only 90% of the goblins.
For real, dude.
And at that point, Klug just like walks outside. He has this big warhammer on his back, and he says,
What's this I hear?
Oh, Gerx kind of hides, hoping Klug doesn't see him out of his hidey hole, out of his tent.
Dresk and Hisk also make their way open, and Eslo is just like, I see him.
It's orcs. The ones from before. How many of them?
A little over half a dozen, I think.
Well, then are we going to be bested by the likes of them? Get to the wall.
And everyone seems to be making their way over.
Everyone!
Yes.
Isaac!
And Isaac kind of like jumps, and he seems to hesitate for a moment there. He says, shouldn't I watch the prisoners or something? And Klug walks really close to him really fast. He says,
You want to end up like your friend Clem?
and I guess Isaac is just like, and runs out.
Jarkle says after him, but Isaac, we may escape. Oh.
Gerst realizes that Claw kind of said everyone, but he's not completely sure whether he's included with everyone in the situation.
It's that awkward thing where it's like, should I go? But if I'm not invited, it'll be really awkward.
I mean, if I'm not invited, my brains might be smashed on the floor, which will be kind of awkward. It's kind of embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, do you think he meant me too? Should I go? Should I just go back to my tent?
I don't know, man. You follow yourself here. What do you want to do?
I would like to not be smashed in.
Yeah, man, that's a life worth living.
I like Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. That's a good character.
Yeah, he's a good goblin.
I like this goblin.
I guess
goblins were little fuckers that were fucking running around and shaking.
I guess Gerx starts to
yelling.
slowly go back to his tent, staying on the outskirts of Klug's vision, hopefully.
All right, go ahead and make a stealth check. Okay, 1 second here. All right. Klug actually does seem to notice you kind of like trying to go around the outskirts and says,
You! What are you doing near my tent?
as he's like walking towards you.
I'm sorry, Clark. I was just talking to Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. I'm going back to my tent. I'm sorry. I apologize.
You could use your help up too. Get out there.
And he points towards the wall.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes. He immediately starts running towards the group.
Yeah. So all the goblins and Klug go towards the wall.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, can we see that clearly? We can, right?
Yeah, you can see that from there. That it's dark out, and from across this way, like they seem to like fade off in the darkness. Where before you saw them, like next to the bonfire and stuff. But they do seem to be out of sight from where you are right now.
I turn to Nicobar and say in comment, when I say in giant, Nicobar, do you feel as though there may be some rain?
Oh, I see what you're doing. Yeah, let's get out of here. Let's go.
I then turn to Abby and wink and say, Abby, it's going to rain. Then,
he means let's get out of here. Let's go.
well, we agreed we wouldn't say that out loud. It was being deceptive. I was being deceptive. You're right to announce it.
All right. So, focusing on your effort, because you're such a big, strong man, like with some concentrated effort, you're able to break your bonds, like without too much issue, without like a roll or anything.
And I want to break Nicobar's then.
Yeah, after you do yours, you're able to like bend the bars really easily because they're made of really shitty iron, and you go over and you pull open Nicobar's cage and break his bonds.
I do the same with Abby.
You probably get the feeling that this place wasn't permanent.
Yeah. And I do have a question. I have a thing called powerful build that whenever I'm carrying something or pushing or dragging something, I count as large instead of like medium.
Right.
So does that mean I could carry Abby without like a penalty and like my offhand?
Yeah.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay, I do that.
Yeah,
Abby.
you just kind of like lift her up and like,
Yeah.
what do you carry under your arm or what?
Kind of, yeah, just like under my left arm.
If I were to try to intuit where our gear might be, what would I use? What stat would I use for that?
Guess use insight.
Okay.
Net 20.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Yo, that's what it'd be.
You think so hard. You hear a revelation in your brain.
Great Mother is just tells me where it is.
Thank you. I was just about to do
Abby,
that.
be quiet. Abby, shut up.
She's like, excuse me. No. Yeah, as you're thinking about like, okay, we're in this place where they be keeping our gear, you realize, well, that should be obvious. The most likely place would be in the place of the boss.
Okay. So
you figure that they probably don't keep it in the huts, and you saw that they were like when they were taking or took your items. You kind of remember a flash from when you were falling unconscious. They were basically like gathering them all up into one big box as much as they could fit in there, and they seem to be putting that on a cart that they brought in.
well, I think if we look inside this hut, we can get our gear back. If you think that would help, I think it would. Let's go in there. Get it.
Jarkle nods. It wasn't obvious to him, so he's glad you pointed that out.
As you go up near to the edge of the tent, you actually see a couple of the goblins that are opening up the like doors on the worgen gates and are like ushering them out.
Oof.
Oof, I'm gonna hurry into the big tent then.
Are you gonna try to do it stealthily or just gonna rush?
Well, I don't know. Does it appear like we would be in their line, their like eyesight from here?
I mean, they're only like 70 feet away.
Yeah,
Okay.
you'd be coming out this way and then going northwest from here.
I guess I motion for Nico Bar and I kind of whisper in Giant, we should circle around the back and break in through. It's just a tent. We can break through it easily. It's canvas or leather. God knows what.
All right.
I'll walk around the back here.
Okay. Yeah, you just rip through it. When you get up to this part, though, the leather on this tent is actually pretty strong. Go ahead and make an athletics check.
Okay. But my best skill, don't fail me now. I want to use my stuff to roll that again. My insight. No, my
inspiration. Okay,
yeah.
Go ahead.
There we go.
That's a much
21.
better.
So you pull on it for a while, and you're just like, "Arr!" And it's surprisingly tough. But as you will your way with it, you eventually rip it open. Coming into here, you find within a couple of like grisly trophies are displayed on counters here, as well as you do find actually a couple of chests in here, and what appears to be the symbol of like a banner. I used to have this banner to show you, but it basically just looks like a big red claw on it, as well as what appears to be kind of a makeshift bed.
I intuit where the box where my things are, and I dress myself in my attire.
Go and do an investigation check.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't think it was going to be that easy, but you never know.
I'll try to do that as well. Ooh.
You found it much better.
Yeah. As you go along, you're Nicobar, you're kind of like looking over the chest, like, which one could it be? Which one did I remember seeing? And you're like, was it this one? Was it this one? Jarkle, you just kind of like go up to the boxes and you smash one open, you smash the other open, and like, found it.
I wait and see like Nico Bar and smile.
Well, I will admit it's very much more efficient this way.
It's just like Kratos opening a treasure chest.
Yeah.
I fucking love that so much. It's so good.
I love that one reaction video of it.
Oh, it's amazing.
She just like eats it up. It's so good.
I want to ask Abby if she's missing anything. Is there anything we should look for?
As she goes through, she actually finds, yes, my mother's locket is here. Excellent.
I want to say that I never let go of her. I just kind of lower her down.
You actually find also in here, lower down, what she's like, grabbing into the chest, like, oh, look, a locket, my locket, great. You also notice in here, though, that there's like a box just like filled with what appear to be a number of jewels and coins and stuff.
Well, I take 10 because that's what I had on me. That's all I take.
I take it as much as I can put in my coin pouch.
Okay.
I guess I don't know how big that would be.
As you're just like filling your pocket full of, or your bag is full of much coin as you can, you notice in the southwest where the open flap is, you can notice that the wargs are coming up and around. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Oh shit!
Is that Nicobar or me too?
Both of you.
Okay.
Fuck.
Did we get our weapons back? Because I was looking for those specifically.
Oh shit!
Fuck me!
You were able to find them as a number of the wargs were already like directly going over this way, but one of the goblins and the warg with him take notice of you as he points and yells, and goblin, and the warg rushes forward. Go ahead and roll for initiative.
Got it.
Fuck.
Okay. Roll for initiative.
We have our weapons at this point, like all the thingies.
Yes.
Good. Okay.
Oh Jesus! Come on, Nicobar! Come on, Nicobar!
We gotta make it through this shit.
By the way, what class is Jarkle?
He's what is it? Paladin.
Paladin.
All right, and you made Nicobar correct, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I assume we didn't put our armor on. That probably I would have taken forever to do that.
Yeah, probably we're starting to get it on, but you didn't have enough time to get like all of it on.
Okay.
So you probably have your shield at least.
I don't have a shield.
Oh, Nicobar has a shield.
I was gonna say Nicobar probably doesn't have armor, so Nicobar's good.
Okay.
This one, so
Would it take me like a turn or something to finish putting it on, or would it take too long?
it's
to
like
do
10
that?
minutes to don
Yeah.
armor.
Yeah, so it was probably like 2 minutes into that or something. Got it.
You just have like your pants partially on, and you have to drop them.
Yep.
Didn't register your guys' initiative, so I'll just have to add you manually.
Oh, yeah, I guess we weren't connected. Yeah. I'm a 17.
Yeah. Yeah, you go first here, and then Nicobar goes last, it looks like. Okay, so Jarkle, you're the first to react as you are able to get your weapon. Your armor was partly on, but as the goblin notices you, you look like you're out of time.
All right. Is it just a goblin and a warg?
Yeah.
Okay. Is the goblin riding the warg?
No, he was walking
Okay.
alongside it.
First, I want to let Abby down and like put her down behind me.
Is this the goblin that has his finger bitten off?
Yeah.
All right, and I kind of like ready my maul, and I kind of like, well, I don't know how much I can do here because I want to put Abby like right here, and then move here and take out my like two-handed maul and ready it. I don't know how much of that I can do.
Okay, you can put her down as a free action, and then ready your maul as an action. You just want to prepare for the first thing to rush towards you to hit it.
Basically, yeah, and stand in front of Nicobar.
Okay. All right. You see the goblin get onto the back of the warg, brandishing a spear as he points it forward and readies. The warg rushes forward, and your readied action goes off first.
All right, so roll to hit with the maul. Got it. Boop.
All right, 15's a hit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nice.
Nice. All right, as the warg is rushing forward, you're just ready for it as you just do like a baseball swing and just like boom, as its like head goes to the side. It's kind of veers off course, and let's see here. The goblin manages to keep on his mount and make his ready to attack against you.
Okay. So without armor, I think I'm like 10 AC.
Oh, no dex.
I don't have any dex now.
Damn.
Yeah. That's not going to hit, though.
Yeah, the goblin seems to be like kind of set off course a little bit when you hit the warg really hard, and he just like kind of whiffs it as it goes past you. All right. The warg also retaliates, however.
That'll hit.
All right, and that's going to be 9 damage, unless you want to use your thing.
No, I'll take that.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, the warg like latches onto you and kind of pounces on you.
Oops.
Once again, DAV character getting pounced by a dog. Sorry, you're the new Mikhail. Go ahead and make a strength saving throw.
Easy. That's my strongest thing.
Yep.
Stupid. Easy. Easy.
All right.
I was hoping that wouldn't bite you in the ass.
Hubris. As the warg like jumps onto you and is biting onto you, it's like trying to push you down, but you just kind of push it off of you. Nikobar, your turn.
Let's see. I will do Eldritch Blast on Ichi.
Okay.
So let's see. That's a cantrip.
Oh shit!
Oh, wow.
Go and click it.
Oh yeah, bro.
All right. With the anger of Iz in your hands, as you grasp onto your amulet, you like clench it tightly as the energy begins to coalesce in your hand. There's that word again.
I wasn't going to say anything.
What does the attack look like? What does your energy look like when you use your Eldritch Blast?
So Nikobar's mind works moving only forward, and his mental projection for any spell is that it shoots out directly forward like a spear, like a partisan, like piercing forward. There's no like loopy shloopy whoopy doops, nothing.
It's just like straight on. Does it does it go straight out from his hand that's clenching the amulet, or does it go from his head, or what?
He makes the two pointer finger and middle finger pointing towards whoever he's aiming the spell at.
Like kind of like a finger gun with the
yeah, like a gangster finger gun, like it's to the side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you point it forward, and with a sudden, just like a jolt of pure energy straight shooting through, it pierces through Ichi as you see like there's just a big hole in his body as he falls to the ground.
Is
that my turn?
You can move or anything if you want, but yeah.
I ready my shield in case the warg decides to attack.
Okay, Dirk.
All right. How's the warg acting? How did it respond to that?
The warg, after noticing Ichi get knocked off of him, still seems focused on attacking you.
Okay. How does it work to like switch weapons? Can I do that and still attack?
So you can drop as a free action and then interact as drawing your new weapon, basically.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go and do that. Well, if I pulled out 2 weapons, probably couldn't do that, could I?
No.
All right, never mind. I'll just swing. I don't want to get fancy.
Okay.
Nice.
Yay.
All right. Coming down with your full force of your Great Maul, it just collides in the head of the warg that you pushed off of you, and it just like flattens on the ground with its full body just hitting the ground head first.
That's how it's done, my friend.
There's nothing. There's no revelry to be had here. We just had to kill in self-defense. I'm sorry you had to see that, Abby. And I kind of like tousle her hair a bit.
She says, the monsters died, isn't it for the best?
Death is never preferable. We do it because we have to. Nikobar, do you have any way to heal me? If not, I can do it. Don't worry.
Yes, I can do that if you really need it. looks like
Charcoal
you're a bit
starts-
worse for wear. I didn't notice that. Sorry. So he goes and I guess uses Cure Wounds.
Okay. Go ahead and click it. Rejuvenating you for 7 HP as your wound from the bite closes up.
Neat.
Neat.
So are the goblins like reacting? Do they notice this?
As you look off to the west, you hear like sounds coming off over there, and we'll actually cut over there since we kind of stopped for Gerx.
Aha.
So as you walk up, and everyone is just like in a line here, you can see the wargs are coming up behind you guys. Everyone is being handed weaponry. There's short bows, short swords, spears, and everything like that. Some people are taking up on the towers, like 2 by 2 with the spears pointing down. And you hear from the other side of the gate that's currently closed.
Where's the boys to take off?
Oh yeah, orcs.
Orcs.
I'll be right back. I have to use the restroom.
Yeah, I do
Let's
too,
take
actually.
a quick bio break right now.
Thank you,
All
Nico.
In that case, I will be right back. I could probably use some more. I'm starting to get a headache
triple.
from the caffeine.
Yeah, sounds good. Remember, no music.
No music, please. Thank you.
Hello?
Gerx back.
Hey,
I think I drank too much coffee.
that's good.
On Mondays, always before the game, I always get 2 coffees, but I usually only drink one because I forget to get the second one. Today, I actually drank both of them, and I feel way too caffeinated for this.
Well, you know what? It helps to for the character stuff. You know, especially if you're a goblin, I feel like you need to be high energy.
I like Gerx. I hope he sticks around.
Yeah, man, I like having a goblin in the party.
I don't know if he's going to be welcome at Churro. He's probably going to have to hide his face with his hood, but
Yeah, I mean that's going to be interesting, right?
yeah, especially when they're at war with the Red Klaws.
It'll be weird this when he meets Mamluk and Mamluk gets a little racist. That'd be like, goblins, filthy green goblins. Mm.
So both Jerkle and Nicobar are from Mubarak too, right? I mean, Nicobar, yes, but is Jerkle supposed to be from Mubarak,
I
or
don't
just
know. That's
or just from the same religion? as Nikobar?
That's a really good question. I haven't actually asked. I should have asked that.
You'd think after 3 years of knowing a guy, you would know by now.
Yeah. Oh, Jerkle. Fuck, I thought you were talking about. Fuck, I can't even fucking remember his name. Jeez, it's only been one day. Give me a break. All right, so
what do you think I was talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought we were talking about the dad.
You're a dad.
No. Yeah. So yeah, Jerkle is definitely part of the same religion. He's actually a new. He's new into the Mubarak version of that faith, and so he's escorting me as like a bodyguard.
Yeah.
You don't know any of this, Gerx.
Nope. They're just interesting looking humans. Kind of friendly.
They're definitely, yeah.
They definitely appreciated Gerx's music, which is kind of unusual.
But me and Nikobar are definitely the same religion. We'll clarify that in a second with a conversation.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to metagame.
No, go ahead.
Oh, not at all.
No,
Like,
yeah. Yeah.
I was just curious about Charcoal's background. I mean, you guys definitely mentioned same religion, but I wasn't sure if he was also from Mubarak.
I wrote a shit ton of stuff today. I need to tighten it up because it's all very rough.
yeah.
Sure.
The orcs are attacking.
Yes. Getting back to it. Gerx, yeah, you hear across the wall, he's a voice of Gargoff.
Yeah, boy.
Your orc voice is wonderful, and that's
Those
not
fancy
ironic at all.
Australians are really getting on my nerves.
So right now, Gerx is a little bit excited that he was considered part of the group, but he's also keeping on the back of his head that he was told to run away tonight by Sosu.
Mm-hmm. And with the threat of orcs now across the door, you're getting why that might be.
Oh man, it's her. Well, Davey, what was her name?
Abby. Oh wait, Rachel.
Rachel.
No, don't tell me Rachel's here. Don't take her away from me again, Janae.
Did Rachel's here? Who's Rachel?
Didn't you make a necklace out of her head or something?
Yeah, it was during that
Rachel is
campaign.
dead. I forgot about that. Rachel is actually dead.
Janae, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt things anymore. I put her on my 3x5. You'll see later.
Okay.
Yeah.
We put someone that is dead.
Man, spoilers.
See, it's art here where every single goblin has a personal portrait that's unique to them, but the orcs, because you don't know them or care about them, have similar faces.
Right.
Their word.
All orcs look the same.
Oh my god, it is this guy.
Yep.
Is this before the events on our other campaign?
This actually takes place afterwards.
Afterwards? Okay. Not like it matters. None of us were in there.
Yep. But yeah, he and Klug are like yelling back and forth between the gate right now. And you go ahead and make an insight check.
All right. I think my wisdom is not too bad, so it should be okay at those. Oh yeah, I forgot I gave myself proficiency on those.
Okay. Yeah, you hear Klug is just like,
You orcs don't know who you're messing with. I am Klug of the Red Klaw. You come to your death.
and Dirk Urgoth back there is just like,
All I hear is a sniveling little bugbear hiding behind his wall an army of goblins.
and you when you look back at Klug, you get this faint hint of like nervousness in his eye as he's having this conversation.
It's definitely the first time I've seen Klug do that.
Yeah, and it's at that point you hear Klug just
Enough! Attack!
and everyone on the walls and everything standing on like their stands here begin like loosing arrows out of their short bows. You were kind of haphazardly given a spear to hold, but you're not sure because no one actually gave you any direction what to do.
Mm-hmm.
The benefit to being always forgotten is that you're never given an important job.
I don't remember if... Nope, definitely not good with spears. So he's kind of... Yeah, Gerx is just kind of holding onto his spear, wondering whether he should just throw it or wait for them to get close. It's just like, I'm not completely sure. I don't know how to use this. So kind of just wait for a second just to see how this plays out.
Sure. You want to just hold on to it for a second?
Yeah, just kind of hold position. If I don't know, I guess let's say this: if somebody gets close enough, I'm gonna throw my spear at him.
Okay. 1 second here. You see the goblins up above begin like shooting their short bows down, and you also see up there javelins begin flying over the wall. You see one goblin just take one and fall to the ground with a javelin jammed in him. And it happens once more over here as Wacka takes another javelin and falls to the ground.
No.
You then hear a loud like banging noise on the gate as it begins to buckle, and it seems to be buckling pretty quickly. The wargs up against the gate here seem to be ready and like growling as they're staring at the gate, preparing for it. You see Klug as his big war or maul in his hands, and he's just like ready for something to come through there.
Gerx is actually thinking of running away, but he's kind of not sure whether or not Klug is aware of his position.
Klug seems to be very solely focused on the thing going on in front of him right now.
Gerx drops his weapon, and he starts slowly backing away.
Okay. You begin backing
Is this
away.
happening while we're in combat with that warg?
Yes, this is like parallel action, basically.
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. As you begin backing away like that, Dresk actually takes notice of you and is just like, Gerx! And she's you see her like also wielding a spear, just kind of like looking around. And she kind of has this like look on her face for a second where she's just like, and then you see her like nod her head forward, like, just go.
Yeah, this coming for Dresk is definitely yeah, okay, I should actually do this. Dresk is always kind of looking out. So he speeds up his pace. He's always kind of keeping an eye on the back just to make sure Klug doesn't follow and stops backing away.
Yep. You as you keep an eye on Klug, he seems to be moving towards the door. He's kind of wielding his maul kind of weirdly, and you see him like put it down for a second. He pulls out a javelin and looks at it for a second. And he like looks at his maul, and he seems like he's like trying to figure out what he's gonna do in a moment.
All right, definitely gonna run away.
Okay. All right, you book it. As you get maybe 60 feet away, is when you hear the door suddenly like break open as like shards of wood and everything just break, and the biggest orc you think you've ever seen stands at the gate. Oh, I just shrunk him. Whoops.
Oh no, Dirk.
He shrunks.
The shrinking orc, Dirk Urgoth.
And as he walks
bigger.
in, he's not large size, but
yeah.
As he moves forward, like one of the wargs just like jump forward, and he just like comes down with a great axe, just like splits in half with it.
Jesus. Yeah, no.
As you see arrows start like flying at him, and some of them actually find purpose, but he doesn't flinch at all.
Yeah, Gerx is very glad he decided not to engage in this. He didn't know what to do with his spear. Certainly, when nothing would have happened out of this, so he just keeps running away towards. Where am I? What am I looking? Oh, I'm with it. Okay. Yeah, he just keeps running away towards his tent.
Okay. You run, and as you begin running towards the tent, you see what appears to be the body of Ichi on the ground. At least you see his head, and vaguely see the body of a warg in the northeast that is down as well. Looking in the tent, you can kind of see it's kind of in the shadows there, but you're fairly certain you see the biggest humanoid figure you've ever seen.
Yeah, my silhouette is distinctive.
Yeah. You also hear barking coming from the southeast.
Southeast. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna check it out. Gerx doesn't like the barking. He doesn't like those giant, ugly dogs. So he's just gonna keep going. He's gonna go towards the tent because it seems to be safer.
Okay. All right. You two see after like the combat dust settles and everything, you see Gerx running towards you with like dead goblin and warg in front of you.
Ah.
Jarkle immediately waves. Sorry, Nikobar, you had.
No, I was just gonna say that.
Okay.
Right. Oh wow, you're free. Okay. Look, you guys have been kind enough to Gerx, so Gerx is gonna return the favor. Do not go that way. There's a lot of orcs, and the biggest orc I've ever seen.
Orcs. Oh, okay. Huh. Jarkle like kind of ponders that while picking up Abby with his offhand.
What's with the thinking? Stop the thinking. Just let's get out of here.
Do you know of another way out?
Do I know the way out? That's a very good question.
Jarkle laughs and points at the fence. I can break that. Come now.
Yeah, I was actually about to say like, yeah, my large friend can make an exit.
Yeah, me and Nikobar like share a look of like, oh come on. Like maybe to Gerx it's like impossible because he's so small, but.
So yeah, we head for the shit over here, right?
Yeah, over to here-ish. Or actually, let's go like right here.
Okay.
Behind the tent.
Jarkle like motions, yeah.
Right where Clem's corpse is laying.
He's kind of like in a shallow grave right now.
Okay.
And Jarkle's just gonna like hit it as hard as he can with his maul. Well, actually, he's having his battle axe in one hand because he's carrying Abby. So with the battle axe.
Okay, go ahead and do your damage.
Alrighty. Clicking. I'm clicking on buttons. Looking at my buttons. Click. Rolled. Doesn't matter.
Nice.
Gotta hit hard. Apparently I didn't. Forget I said that.
And yeah, your hammer like rings into the wall, and like you form a crack in it and the wood, but it doesn't fully give. Go and make an attack.
Okay, I want to kind of motion to Nikobar to do the same.
I do my best to do a kick, a good kick at the door, at the wall.
Oh, I could have just clicked on the thingy again. There we go, 7.
How would I do a kick?
I mean, hitting it with just a kick isn't very effective, unfortunately.
Okay.
It's like a 1d4, so okay, it doesn't matter.
It's not even a 1d4. It's 1 plus your strength modifier, but
okay.
not really also effective against a wall.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are these solid walls? Or are they like a fence or something like that?
Yeah, it's a fence that's been put together, and it's pretty solid. Like you are doing some damage to it as parts begin to splinter, but it's going to take a few more hits before it actually finds purchase. As you do so, Gerx, you actually catch out of the corner of your eye behind you guys. Arthur Conan Doyle's kind of like he's walking forward with a cane as he comes towards you guys and says, "Ah, it's you. How's it going, dudes?"
We all hear that.
It's just Sergeant Conan Doyle. Are you running away too?
Yeah, kind of looks at you, Gerx, and he kind of waves his hand. Says, "Oh, man, I wouldn't make it anywhere. I'm too old for this."
But I don't know if you saw those, but that's the biggest orc I've ever seen, and I don't want to be part of that. Even Clark seemed nervous.
Yeah, it seems like a poor time for all of us, isn't it? But hey, Gerx, it sounds like you're getting out of here.
I guess I'm gonna miss everyone though. I'm gonna miss Dresk and Salsu, and I guess Clem. But Clem, I guess I don't know.
he kind of like looks at the shallow grave behind him and says, "Yeah, that ain't a good scene."
Yeah.
But well, Gerx, you know, I don't know about no afterlife or nothing, but if how everything ends, maybe we'll see each other again someday.
You shall at least hide. I don't know. Maybe they won't look for you.
Man, that doesn't matter if they find me or not. As he walks off.
Did we hear any of that?
Yeah, it was all in common.
Gerx, should we go back for your friend? We should return for him.
I don't think so. We're not gonna come out alive out of that outcome. Let's just try our best to get out of here.
Right.
Me and Nico both rolled to hit it, so I don't know if those count. He's using his mace.
Okay. Yep. And after a while, you guys manage to just break through the wall as you create an opening that's pretty small, but you think you can like work at it to get your way out.
Is Abby following through, or is she staying?
Abby is being held by.
Yeah, I'm carrying her in my offhand.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry,
yeah,
I've been moving her, but yeah.
I forgot about that detail. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, she's been quiet all this time. Like I'm too busy doing everything else to act her. But
I'm sure she doesn't have much to say.
Yeah. All right.
We squeeze through.
And you break through and you go off into the woods of Nasiana, unsure where you are.
Let us get a safe distance first before we talk.
You make your way off into the dark of night. And realize, oh shit, it's pitch black out here.
None of us can see in the dark, can we?
Gerx can.
Gerx can. And Gerx is unaware that you guys cannot see in the dark.
Maybe I'll like light a torch with my other hand. Does Nicobar react to that? Because I know it's very stupid.
Wait, do what?
I try to light a torch with my free hand. I don't know if you react to that at all.
I just kind of like, you know, that's a good idea, but you know, I don't say anything.
Okay. All right.
Am I familiar at all with this area? I mean, this was just a temporary settlement, right? This is not.
No, you've been pretty familiar with this area, living around here for a while. With dark vision, in fact, you're pretty used to. Well, go ahead and make a survival check with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, you've been out here before, and you've always been able to make your own way. You know some good places to kind of hide out in case anything gets hairy, because you know these woods can be dangerous sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You even know basically where the group would need to go if you wanted to get back to the main road. You also are able to kind of pinpoint from where you are right now, location of some elves that you usually try to avoid.
Okay. I guess Gerx talks to the group and she's like, so, there's a town, a city, I don't know. There's a group of elves that lives around these areas. Now, Gerx wouldn't be welcome in there, but I'm pretty sure they will look out for you if you wanted to get in there. Gerx is probably going to be fine over here.
Jarkle slowly pats Gertz. We won't abandon you, friend. We can talk you in there. We won't leave you.
And Abby actually says from behind this, we're not bringing this monster with us, are we?
Oh, Abby. Gerx helped us. He's guiding us through the woods. You will not.
The goblins attacked us.
The goblins may have attacked us, but Gerx is not a goblin. He is Gerx. I mean, he is
looks
a goblin.
like a goblin to me.
No, you're correct. And he kind of looks at the ground. But you understand the sentiment. You understand. I had a sentiment there. I point at Nicobar. He knows what I'm saying.
It's not like I have any say in this, do I?
He gets it. Gerx is the elves are not going to like Gerx. The moment Gerx walks in town, Gerx is going to get captured.
Gerx, if they won't allow you in town, then we will defend you. We won't go into town if Gerx can't go into town.
Well, if we're going to an elven settlement, I'd prefer not to. They're a little arrogant for my taste.
Yes.
Yeah. Good.
I like when people don't like elves.
Actually, at this point, I pull out the necklace with the severed elf fingers on it. I show both of you. that's three of us.
Well, me personally, I like when people don't like elves. I don't know how Gerx feels about elves. He just knows elves don't like him, but I don't know if he has an opinion on them.
Oh. Well, how about... all right, let's find a safe spot to gather ourselves. Gerx, do you know of any goblins wouldn't know of?
I mean, we usually go out hunting on these grounds. We haven't been here for a whole lot, but Gerx is kind of familiar with the area, and I can probably know where I think Gerx knows where the goblins are gonna stay away from and where the orcs are gonna stay away from. I cannot guarantee it's gonna be safe, but I don't know. Maybe we can get some food too if we get attacked by anything.
Well, we don't shy away from danger, as you can see. We're very lively folk. Show us where this is. Don't hold out on us.
Wait, Darkle turns to Abby. Abby, you have a say. I don't want to marginalize. Abby, speak.
I just want to find my uncle.
Oh, Darkle immediately realizes he forgot that and is very ashamed. Is there any, like, there's no obvious tracks here, I assume, at all? Like, we're in the middle of nowhere.
Go make a survival check.
Okay. Click in. It's the bottom one. Bad.
Oof.
No. From the dead leaves on the ground and everything around you, it's kind of hard for you to get your bearings of where you are, or recognize any like tracks or marks that would suggest any like life around the area you're in.
Well, Abby, we could look, but in this darkness, I'm not sure we could accomplish much. It may be dangerous for all of us.
And she says, perhaps so. And,
we will return in the morning.
All right. So where did you guys decide to go?
I think we decided to go to the dangerous place, not the elf place. Wherever Gerx thinks is
I mean, it sounds like people are suggesting to just kind of like camp in the wilderness as opposed to going to town.
You want to camp in the wilderness until morning?
Yeah, where Gerx knows that like goblins and orcs wouldn't go. That might be a little dangerous.
Okay. Yeah, you make your way off into like part of the deeper woods where it's kind of in between where the elven settlement is and your home place with the goblins. It's a quiet area. There's a small stream of water nearby, and it seems like a good as place as any to find camp. You guys were able to recover all of your belongings.
Oh, to get my armor on?
Yes.
Yay.
Nikobar goes to the river and starts praying.
Oh, Darkle does the same, seeing him do that and follow suit. Nikobar definitely starts it. He instigates it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Basa Adonai is. Basa Adonai is.
Gerx is somewhat confused. He's never really understood religion. Like the idea of talking to something he cannot see.
Nikobar, noticing after about like 10 minutes of doing this without, he usually has Darkle accompanying him on these prayers. He's wondering if Gerx wants to join, and he asks him.
As you guys are doing the prayer, actually, Abby looks towards Gerx and engages him and says, in common, so, did your kind enjoy hurting others?
I don't think goblins, for the most part. We just follow what Clock says. No, Backbears are very angry people.
And this excuses you for attacking innocent people on the road.
I mean, how humans have killed a lot of goblins. How too? I don't know who's the innocent one.
She could just kind of like just has this look on her face of just like ugh. And she says, I don't wish to speak with you any longer. She like kind of goes off a little bit off to the west and goes next to a tree as she lays down again, looking away from. Did you guys build a campfire, or are you just in an area now in the dark with a torch?
I assume we built a campfire.
I assume that too, yeah.
But yeah, if you wanted us to like roll for like how good the campfire is, something like that.
No.
You built
like a really shitty one.
I was just running that because campfire is visibility that you guys might want to avoid or not. Or
sure.
Campfire. Holy crap!
But if you also want to make one for warmth because it is like early winter almost.
I thought that was at a 20. That's at 100. Jesus.
Yeah, no, that was a bad campfire. But also, Goliaths have the mountain born, so they're totally adapted to cold climates. I don't think.
Oh yeah, you're fine.
Yeah,
Nikobar isn't as
I'd say Nikobar is probably one of the most affected because he's used to a warmer climate.
Yeah.
Right.
Gerx kind of sees Abby's reaction to what he said. Like he wasn't even trying to be rude or anything. It's just like, I mean, I've seen a lot of humans kill my people. I don't know. Like he wasn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't trying to be deep, you know. He was just it was just a gut reaction to say, "Oh, humans kill goblins too."
Give an
And he
insight
kind of
check.
looks at Nicobar and Jarkle. It's just like, did Gerx say something bad?
Make an insight check for me.
Oh, not at advantage.
Okay. Interacting with Abby, you've known in times that you've felt alone and like kind of out of it. You've like tried to make sense of the situation and you've created reasons as to why it makes sense or like why it's happening. And suddenly when you're like talking to Abby and you see her kind of look away from you, you get this feeling in your gut of just like, maybe she's also just trying to like cope with the situation as it is.
I guess he kind of approaches Abby very slowly. And she's like, I'm sorry. I know you guys are missing one of your friends. I wish Gerx knew where he's at, but unfortunately Gerx doesn't know anything.
And once again, as you've heard before from her, she just kind of sobs in front of the fire, looking away. And Jarkle and Nicobar, you guys finish up your nightly prayers to Iz.
Well, Nicobar, don't you try to get Gerx to pray? I remember you trying to do that before.
I was going to ask him if he was going to join us, but it wasn't like necessarily like it wasn't super sincere. It was kind of like you're standing there watching. Maybe you want to come, you know. Wait, you want to join us, or you want to just like sit there and watch the whole time?
Yeah, Gerx just doesn't really understand what's going on.
Okay.
He's never understood. I mean, other goblins seem to pray at other deities, but he's never really understood the whole idea.
Mm-hmm.
So he just like pokes his thumb with the tip of the sharp end of his amulet and like drops the drop of blood into the river, and it gets up and finishes up. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Jarkle does a similar amount. He kind of like cuts his thumb a bit on his like battle axe and drops into the water.
Okay. Yeah, the water, and you feel this like Nicobar in particular. You feel like this like tingling sensation in your brain, like ASMR or something. Jarkle, you don't really get it though.
Yeah, Jarkle maybe feels it a little bit, but not much. Tiny. Jarkle wants to have a conversation. He kind of like stops Nicobar as we walk away from the river, and I keep on doing a Billups. Hi,
I'm Billups.
No.
Hi there.
Nicobar, I sensed judgment back when I said that I uphold. And he struggles a bit. That I uphold life over anything, and I want to remind you that I'm an instrument of Shui Han, and I beyond everything am here to serve her. I just know there's no bodies of water nearby, so all the death is pointless.
No, I think you've served as well. It's all a matter of perspective, I assume. Don't worry about it. We're all very far from the sea. We will return very soon. It's okay.
Jarkle smiles very warmly.
Pats him on the on the bicep, just like, okay.
It's a pretty tight. It's like, ooh.
It's like, ooh.
Oh, okay. Well, did you flex that for me? I don't know.
You feel a spark.
Ooh, tight.
There's life behind his eyes you haven't seen before.
But yeah, I'm trying to see, like, is there a way I can stay warm?
The fire seems like the best option.
But like while I'm asleep, like will I be like shivering cold when it goes out?
With your vestments, I mean, are you guys just all going to go to sleep?
I mean, I don't know. What did we want to do something tonight? Do we want to do some like talking around the campfire before we go to sleep?
Maybe a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, let's do that.
Also, Jarkle notices you're a little cold, and he takes out the blanket from his explorer's pack and gives it to you.
Nicobar just takes it.
So, I had a question though. Does Gerx? I know he's a goblin. Does he look like he's diseased at all?
Looking over Gerx, he doesn't seem diseased or nothing. He just seems kind of dirty and in really kind of ratty clothes.
Charcoal pats him on the head. Gerx, you've served us very well. I just need you to know that we appreciate you and all you've done here. Even Abby, if she doesn't show it, she very much so appreciates. I've been drinking. Appreciates your contribution. Yeah.
Gerx is very happy. It's like, oh my god, this day just got better again.
You left all your friends behind, but you found new friends that actually appreciate you.
Yeah, I mean, like this friends don't throw food on the ground for him, like his other friends. The friends that constantly took his food away and tell him to go back to his tent.
Something you guys notice among your belongings. All your rations are gone.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Well, I guess bad rations. I mean, I guess I didn't really have anything.
The food that you got, you already ate.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, because technically I started with rations, but I didn't write them down anyway. But no, like, given my situation, I probably didn't keep any rations on me. Anything I got was probably taken away from me, like, right away.
We should have decided that before we set up camp.
We should have, yeah, that's fine. Darko checks the river. Is there any like fish or anything where we prayed, or anything seem out of the ordinary?
Itself, it seems pretty shallow, and just seems to be water dripping down. There doesn't seem to be any freshwater fish that you can tell in this one. Nor do you think one would like swim in this. And if it did, it's probably very small.
All right, Darko.
Oh, I just remembered something.
Oh, you're an outlander?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Gerx, because you're someone that's like lived out here for a long time, even in this area in particular, you're fairly certain that you could, forage berries or show people where to find small game and stuff.
So I know I said there was dangerous animals in here, but dangerous animals eat smaller animals that we can eat.
Oh, Jarkle, if you can help, we're a little hungry. If you could feed all of us, that would be excellent.
Say Jarkle.
I talked about myself. God damn it. The names are new.
Everyone else is Jarkle, and I'm not Jarkle.
It's an interesting character choice, but it's great. Gerx. Just I said all that with your name, pretend.
By the way, it's Gerx.
Gerx, yeah, it's your name. Wait, did I? No, that's right.
Yeah, it's Gerx, not Jerks.
Did I say
it's GIF, not GIF?
All right.
It stands for graphic. I don't know.
Executable, redundant,
giraffic.
Giraffic. Yes, I'm half goblin, half giraffe.
Gerx, if you could find us food, that would be excellent.
Yes, Gerx will like that very much. Sometimes Gerx passes out after hunting, but Gerx should be able to find food.
Then we will carry you to shelter.
All right. Do you all go hunting together then?
Well, I definitely go with him. I don't know if Nicobar or Abby does.
Nicobar just kind of stays by the campfire.
Okay.
Leaning up against a tree.
I say in Giant to make sure to watch Abby, because I'm worried about her.
Yes, I will be sure to watch the young fledgling one. Yes.
He will appreciate it, as will I.
All right. Gerx, using your knowledge of the area, you together with your large friend, you come across a tree where you're pretty certain you saw a squirrel up there some time ago. As you're kind of being held up by Jarkle, I'm assuming, go ahead and make a perception check.
Yes. Oh, I'm not good at those.
Jarkle, go ahead and do it too.
Yeah, I'm good with perception. Maybe I'll help out here. Perceptin. I percept you. Nope.
You want percepting and shit. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are like going up in the tree, and you notice the hole where the squirrel is supposed to be, And as you're like trying to think of ways that you can like get in there, or you can get the squirrel. Jarkle. You hear suddenly off to your side a noise.
Was that like an animal noise?
Yeah.
Sounds like a bear.
No, I want to
As
make sure
a,
it wasn't a war horn. Okay.
As a black bear catches you off guard and goes for your shin.
Oof. At least I have armor.
You do have armor this time.
If anyone does not love the Lord, Jesus Christ, may he stand accused. Oh Lord, come, amen.
It goes to bite, and it does.
Does.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, that's going to be...
Jarko's carrying Gerx right now, right?
Total of 7 damage as it lashes onto your leg and begins biting in.
I want to use Stone's Endurance to stop that. Put a
Okay.
stop to it. So this is going to be a D12 plus 2.
Yeah, go and roll a D12.
What a fucking stop to that nonsense.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, as it latches onto your leg, like you can feel it start to sink in, but you like clench your leg, and it like all the pain of it just suddenly disappears as it's just like gnawing at your leg and not doing anything.
Its teeth suddenly shatter in a comic way.
Yeah, you can like feel some of its teeth break against you as it like lets go of your leg and it's like
And Jarkle literally just laughs. He thinks it's so funny.
roll for initiative.
All right.
No, that's not what I want.
Boy, it'd be nice if I had a healer. Okay, I get it.
Technically, I think Jarkle does have healing ability right now.
I do. I don't know if I can heal myself though. I don't know if paladins can do that.
Lay on hands.
Yeah, you have healing.
I think it's only other people, I'm pretty sure.
Let's see. Lay on hands. Take a long rest. You could sort of, as an action to touch a creature. Just says you can touch a creature. It doesn't say it has to be someone other than you.
Okay, that's good to know. I want to say if God, Gerx, if Gerx is unarmed, I do have like a hand axe probably hanging off my belt along with a club.
Okay.
Oh, Gerx has some daggers.
Okay, good. So we didn't notice.
Okay. So first up, you rolled 6. Okay. So first up is going to be Gerx. You can see the bear latched onto Jarkle's leg.
Okay. By the way, what did Jarkle? Because Jarkle was, I guess, kind of carrying Gerx towards the tree. So how did he react the moment the bear attacked him? Does he drop Gerx?
Oh no, he told you, and he just laughs out really loud and kind of looks at the bear like bemused. Like he doesn't even move because he rolled so well on his like damage thing.
In that case, I guess Gerx decides to first attack the bear with a dagger.
Well, like while being held up by Jarkle, you like try to lean over and stab the bear down below you, but the angle is awkward.
Of course.
Oh, come on.
As you accidentally
I'm so sorry,
stab your
Jarkle.
dagger into Jarkle, and he's just like, ah, fuck!
Jarkle stops laughing and grimaces hard, looking at you.
Well, this is gonna look worse now because my next movement was gonna be use nimble escape to put some distance. But now it looks like originally was supposed to be stab the bear and then move, but now it's stab Jarkle and then move.
Go and roll your damage.
Do I don't? Oh yes, because because I'm hitting Jarkle. Oh no!
Good roll.
Oh no!
7 damage as he stabs into your arm.
Jarkle cries out in pain and holds it.
Nikobar, you hear like coming out from the woods.
Gerx is sorry.
How far away are they?
Doesn't sound like they're too far.
But yeah, so after nimble escape, he puts some distance between him and the bear.
I get up and see. Do they emit any light, or are they just kind of like in the dark?
I imagine he has a torch with him.
Yeah,
You can
probably
see the
carrying a
torch
torch.
off in the distance.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I get up and sort of walk over to where the torch's light is.
I imagine you dash.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'll dash.
All right, let's see here. I'll use Abby to represent the bear for now, since I don't have a bear pog
Where bear?
Abby the bear. She was a bear the whole time.
Of course.
Surprise! She was the real monster.
We should have killed her when we had the
bear.
chance.
That's why she didn't trust you.
I love the idea of the real monster in this adventure, just a fucking black bear.
All right.
I'm just glad it was just a bear and not an owlbear, because there was like fucking 5 owlbears at the camp.
Yeah.
Darkle.
Charcoal.
No, I can't do anything. It says I'm stunned for a round.
Yeah, I know it's not your turn
Wait, why'd you say Jarkle then?
because you get attacked.
Oh, did you? Did I? I already took the damage. I'm at 3. Oh, got it.
Oh no.
It was with advantage, so.
Good.
And you're
Excellent.
stunned.
Yeah.
Oh fuck,
That's-
are we gonna kill Charcoal?
I
That's
think
definitely
so.
taking me down.
What's your HP at?
12. I'm at 3. So that puts me all. That was 1 away from killing me.
From killing you or from knocking you down?
No, from literally killing me.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a crit when you're stunned.
Jarkle's down.
No, I'm sorry. Jerk's sorry.
Jarkle doesn't even hear that. He's just out.
All right, Nicobar, you're still heading towards the way. We get back to. Go ahead and make a death saving throw, Jarkle.
Alrighty. Press in button.
Make a good roll. Come on, dude. You got this.
I can't. I was betrayed.
160.
Oh yeah, boy.
All right, Gerx, your turn again.
Okay.
Nothing but you and the bear right now, and the bear seems content on grabbing onto Jarkle. Actually,
Fuck. Oh god, what's my safer spell right now? My Something that's not required to do a fucking attack so that I don't accidentally hit Jarkle. Let's see. What is the saving throw on this? Not that. Oh, none of these are good. All of these could hit him, I guess. Well, fuck. Okay. Fuck it, I'm just gonna use Ray of Frost.
okay, that's it.
Alright.
All right, as you fling your hand forward, and what does it look like when you cast the spell?
So Gerx has this really creepy looking amulet that he doesn't realize what it is from when he originally got his magical powers.
Mhm.
So he just kind of held up towards the bear, and like a spear of frost flies towards the bear.
Yeah, a beam of spear of a beam of frost shoots forth towards the bear. As it strikes it, you see like ice begin to like form over it as it like winces, and as the ice suddenly like shatters, you see like a chunk of the bear fall off of it. As the bear runs away.
Oh no, our food.
Go ahead and make an opportunity attack if you want to.
I don't have any actions, but sure.
It's moving slow.
I'll do another Ray of Frost.
Yeah. Can you use a? I don't know if you can use a spell
no,
reaction.
I cannot. Yeah, no. It's gonna be a dagger, an offhand dagger.
I think it's a
Yeah,
warcaster thing.
Yeah, no.
Doesn't the Ray of Frost like make it so it can't move very far?
It's
Oh,
moving
man.
slower. Yeah.
Okay.
That is not a hit.
Yeah. You go to swing with your dagger after the bear begins to run away, but despite the fact that it's moving slow, you still screw it up. Yeah, it makes it to about there and stops. And Jerko, go ahead and make another death saving throw.
Roger, Dodger. What's your vector, Victor?
It's one failure.
Wow.
Nikobar, you come over to see the scene. In the light of it, you see Gerx standing over the body of Jarkle on the ground.
With like a searing dagger wound that is just gaping everywhere.
Yeah.
Did you stab my giant?
No, I'm sorry. Gertz is sorry. We got attacked by a bear. I'm sorry. Please don't hit me, Claude.
I looked directly into Gerx's face, like to see if he's lying.
Make an insight check. You can tell that Gerx is being honest and desperate right now.
Well, I suppose.
Please don't hit me, Claude.
One as small as you couldn't really do something like this, I guess. So I'll go ahead and heal that. Let's see, which would be best? Cure wounds or?
I think you're out of spells.
Am I out of spells? Shit.
You use command and you use that. Don't you have only 2 right now?
Oh yeah, I shouldn't have goofed with command. Oh well. Let's see. Let's do medicine. Let's kind of do a medicine.
Yep. All right.
Fuck.
You look over Jarkle's wounds and you bandage him up. As you kind of like slap his face a little bit, and Jarkle, you kind of come back to your senses as you were on the ground there.
Okay, do I have like 1 health then?
Technically no, but yeah, you can say you have 1 health.
Okay. I'll just say since I'm conscious. All right.
Yeah, you're. The last thing you remember is the bear pouncing on you and biting you, and like it just the pain of it combined with the dagger wound made you lose your senses. You can kind of see like the wavy figure of Gerx standing over you, as well as Nikobar nearby, who seems to be wrapping up your arm.
Jarkle's gonna stand to his feet and feel his back. Is there clearly a dagger wound back there? He's been stabbed a lot. He would know.
Yeah, that's probably where it happened.
All right, Jarkle looks at Gerx and then looks at Nikobar, and in Giant, I say, should we have you decided to kill him? Do we kill him?
Well, it seems as if it wasn't entirely his fault. It was a bear, and maybe he just isn't good at aiming. I don't know. He seems harmless enough. If he attacks us again, I will be sure to.
Gerx is sorry. Gerx is sorry. He's gonna lead you to the elves, and then Gerx can go on his way. Gerx apologizes.
Jarkle motions for Gerx to follow him to the campfire, and he's gonna walk away back to the camp.
All right. As you go back to the campfire, you see Abby's there. She's under like a piece of cloth that she had she had with them, and like where she's laying under there next to the fire. She seems to be asleep right now.
Well, Jarkle's happy to see that she's alive and didn't run away or something.
I'm trying to figure out, dude. What are my cleric cantrips? Because I have the 2 warlock cantrips.
Oh, you never added those, did you?
No.
Well, I guess you should think about it now.
Yeah, right. I was like, hold on. I have Eldritch Blast and Minor Illusion, but those aren't fucking like cleric cantrips. Is Healing Word a cantrip?
No, that's a level 1 spell.
Okay.
Oh yeah, can I heal myself? I'm just gonna do that.
You use lay on hands and
as I'm walking.
pat your back. Still hurts, but you
Now I
heal
got 5
yourself
more.
for 5.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
it.
Fuck, I gotta go in there and do all that shit. Yeah,
But we'll
you
think
do-
about that in a little bit here. You guys head back to your camp with Gerx.
But I want to have a talk with Gerx when we get back to the camp.
Gerx is just looking down. He's very ashamed of what happened. He made friends, and then he hurt one of them.
Jarkle,
And that usually ends up with him being denied food and probably slightly roughed up.
Jarkle sits down by the campfire and kind of like points across from him, like motions towards Gerx. God, there's rum here, guys. I'm mixing with lemonade. Sorry. I don't know if he sits down across or what he does.
He sits down, but he doesn't look at anybody. He just kind of looks down.
Jarkle. Okay, Jarkle starts to speak. I don't want to pretend to know what happened back there. You do not seem malicious, but Gerx, I think it's time that you dedicate your life to something better and you quit whatever paranoia led to that, whatever conceit, whatever clumsiness. I think that it's time you turn over a new leaf. I've seen this before. I see inside of you the malevolence that I once saw in many, including myself.
So, what should Gerx do? I guess, should Gerx go away?
Gerx, you will be better than going away. You will not run from this problem. You made a mistake today, but it's time you dedicate yourself to something better. You can make up for this. And I motion towards Nico Bar. I understand he kind of catches what we're doing.
We're inviting you to join the way of the Deep Mother. She who waits and grants great power and blessings and comfort upon those who seek her wisdom.
And Jarkle nods.
Sure, Gerx will do whatever you want me to. Whatever you want me to do.
And Jarkle shakes his head back and forth. No.
Wonderful. Very good.
Gerx,
just sign here. Just sign here.
Gerx, you will understand what it means to be. What it means to be. Sorry, I'm trying to remember the name. Shui Han. What it means to be dedicated to Shui Han. In time, you will come to know the meaning of all of this. But for now, just try to do the best you can. Strive to do as well as you can for everyone. And he kind of like pats him on the back.
Hand is as like big as his torso.
Yeah, I'm sure it's like kind of compressing his spine in a weird way, like a roller coaster.
He's nervous for half a second. Usually when something that large approaches him is not in a friendly manner. But he just kind of smiles, nods rapidly, and it's just like, sure, I'll do whatever you want. I don't understand what you're saying, but I'll do whatever you want me to do.
Jarkle doesn't need to roll insight to think that that means you are like dedicating yourself. And he turns to Nico Bar, and there's good in him. He'll come around.
Come over to the river with me.
Oh, Jarkle kind of gasps a bit.
Gerx follows Nico Bar.
And so I go over there and I kind of put together a crude 3-armed cross to just sort of demonstrate what he has to do.
Oh God.
You find some sticks on the ground that you form it on.
Yeah, I don't. And so I sort of like just say, yeah, that this is what we use to commune with her when we are far away from the Azura Sea.
Jarkle's seeing this, and he's approaching kind of from behind a little timidly. Like, he kind of sees what's happening here.
You look to be open to the idea of giving yourself to something much more majestic and grand and more powerful than yourself. I can see it in your eyes. Once you commune with her, you will never see any other quite the same. Here, I hand it to him. And I say, this offer a drop of blood in this river in the name of Deep Mother is. Perhaps she will grant you strength, confidence, what you may need. Her wisdom is infinite. You will know in time.
Hey Nico Bar, I want to ask you, like, will Jarkle recognize what you're not sacrificing him, are you? Or would I recognize that, Jarkle? Because I've seen you do it a couple of times.
It's a meager sacrifice, a drop of blood.
I'm not saying that out loud. I mean, like, would Jarkle know from like looking at this, like what you're doing right now?
Yeah. I mean, I do it all the time.
Does it seem like you're like sacrificing him then? Does it totally seem that way?
It doesn't seem like I'm actually like, because I'd have to kill him.
Yeah, I'd assume so. So Jarkle's a little hesitant, but he's watching.
No, I have not sacrificed.
Okay. Jarkle's a little, okay, he breathed a sigh of release. He realizes that.
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to act on it, but can I roll insight on Nico Bar?
Sure. Okay. Looking over Nikobar and the way that he talks with this conviction of, sacrifice, self-sacrifice to Iz and everything, you just get a man that is very deeply into what he's talking about. Like when he talks about sacrificing to Iz, you can see in his eyes he means it with such conviction of just like, this is the way to live, this is the way to act, this is the way to be.
Gerx doesn't fully understand, but if he's gonna get him accepted, he's just gonna do what Nikobar tells him.
Okay. So how does he injure himself? Is it part of the 3-arm cross that you made to cut himself on that in particular?
Yeah, so he just like he cuts open a little bit on like anywhere that would not be like a vital or like
sure, just like his finger or something.
Yeah, I guess he just tries to prick his finger with the cross.
Yeah. As he holds it forward, you prick your finger on it, and as you are instructed by him, you put a drop of blood into the water. And what is the chant?
Umbasa Adonai is. So Umbasa Adonai is.
Umbasa Adonai is.
Very good.
As you say that and you drop the blood into the stream, Gerx, you don't feel any different. But Nikobar seems to be pleased.
Yeah, I have a big old grin on my face, and I'm looking at him.
Yeah, I guess Gerx is just like, is that it? Sure. Okay.
Leave, and I gesture for him to leave the crucifix stuck up into the sand next to the bank of the river.
And he does so.
And then I walk back to the campfire and I sit down and I get warm.
Charcoal pats Gerx on the back and looks very happy.
Welcome to the fold, young one.
Yes, welcome to the fold.
I assume you're young. I don't know how old you are. You're just very small, and I assume you're.
Gerx is. I wrote this forever ago. Gerx is 14 years old.
Oh, darn.
But he's the goblin. Yeah. Goblins don't live that long.
Okay, well, I don't know what that means.
When did they hit adulthood?
I don't remember. I read this forever ago.
Okay.
Like 10?
But they only live like something like 30 years or something like that. So.
Oh, wow. So you're like middle-aged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my friend, my middle-aged friend, you have entered into the fold.
They reach maturity at age 8, and then they die at 60. So you're still okay.
Yeah.
Oh, 60? Okay.
Yeah, you're not quite middle-aged. That's good.
You got plenty of time.
Yeah.
All right.
You're like in your 20s still.
I say in Giant to Nikobar, so are the tendrils of Shuehan in his mind yet, or does that happen later? Has it started?
Iz doesn't just reach out to anyone. You must always wait for her to talk to you. She is, of course, always busy with whatever she's doing, so you have to be patient,
right,
and devoted.
Right.
She will not just grant boons unto anyone, or psychic audience upon any who call upon her.
Jarkle nods emphatically.
You must show your devotion.
He doesn't realize it if you're like saying you should do that. He's just looking at you blankly.
I'm trying to understand the alignment of this Nikobar because I don't know if this is a religion or a cult, but
that's a good question,
yeah,
buddy.
But that is not.
Yeah.
I mean, that's definitely not the kind of trail of that is going in Greg's mind. He's very on the surface.
He's just happy to have friends.
Yeah.
Right on. So we don't have any food, right?
I guess not.
Okay. Can I make us
able to forge some berries?
Oh, I was about to say, can I use a survival check to see if I can forage some berries?
Yeah, no, Gerx, like I said, Gerx has a Outlander thing, so he's used to living in the wilds or existing out in the wilds. He's able to like forge a meager meal.
Yeah, I guess hunting didn't work out, but forging is, plenty.
Yeah. It's like the last of whatever's left over for the season of autumn berries and stuff. So it's a very meager meal, but at the very least, you don't go to bed with nothing in your stomach tonight.
Nicobar acknowledges the fact that he got food, so he's appreciative of that.
Mm-hmm.
Does Abby, is she awake for this?
No, she's asleep.
Is there enough to give to her?
Yeah. Or you could also split among each other.
You could just make a little baggie or something. I don't know. little goodie bag.
Jarkle just kind of like puts it on top of her, I guess, while she's sleeping.
You put it in a little bag and you put it on top of her for her to find later.
There you go, honey.
Did you eat yet, sugar?
To do the first watch to kind of make up for that.
It's like Slug would totally do that.
Totally.
Like little bag.
Doggy bag.
Little doggy bag.
Little doggy bag.
Baggy sippies.
No,
Very sippies.
she's in here. Jarkle decides he'll do the first watch.
Okay, I'll go ahead and say that there's some like yells and noises that go on throughout the night. But as you guys rest through the evening and wake up in the morning as daytime comes once again. It's cold morning. People have been keeping up the fire going during their times at watch.
Till we get a long rest.
Yes.
All right, Jarkle.
Yep.
Back to full, thank God.
You managed to rest through the night and wake up without any incident.
Where's my bacon and eggs? I want a good breakfast.
You wake up in the morning, you just see Abby has like her mouth full of berries.
Jarkle's so into that. He's so happy.
Yeah, Gerx doesn't say anything, but he's happy he was able to help.
When you guys wake up, it is a crisp autumn day. It's still pretty chilly out here, and the forest area that you're in is pretty calm for the time being.
So we were originally... You go ahead, sorry.
No, I don't know how far we got from the camp, because technically we wanted to go to where they will not follow. But I guess Gerx kind of tries to see from the distance if he notices anything from the camp.
Go ahead and make a survival check with advantage.
Yes.
All right, looking around. You don't see any signs of goblins or orcs or anything off in the area. You can see wild animal tracks all around, moving from here and there, but it seems all of them seem to avoid your campfire over the night.
So what were we doing originally? We're going to Sharad, right?
Yeah, you were taken off the road. Gerx knows where the road is from here, though.
Jarkle turns to Nicobar. If you would permit it, we could try to find Abby's uncle. Uncle? I feel as though that could at least advance our cause to a degree. Maybe he would be desperate. Maybe by saving him, we would show, I don't know, a strength in our goddess, and we could convert him. I feel as though there's a reason to stay here.
Let's think about this realistically. Does any of us know how to track a person whom we don't have the trail for yet, and we don't know where they went? We vaguely remember what they look like. I can't remember.
And at that point, Abby looks up and she's kind of finishing her last handful of berries and says, "I'm going to look for him."
But we haven't decided if we're going to look for him yet.
I don't care. I'm going.
You will go alone then?
If you will not accompany me, if he's out there, I must find him.
Do what you must do.
I feel as though, but do as you must do, as we could help. We are here to serve, in a sense. We face.
If you're going to come with me, then do. But if you will not, then I'm still going.
What does Gerx do?
I was going to say, Gerx definitely most likely didn't see this since he was knocked out by the deer incident. But he's trying to think if he has an idea of where he could have been, based on previous paths and stuff like that.
Make a survival check with disadvantage.
Yeah, how far away from where he would have escaped? Like, how would we know where he escaped? Also,
Survival.
We know he escaped. Maybe on the road.
Oof.
You think of the areas where your clan usually do their raids, and you try to think of the area surrounding that. But there's so many different areas to guess which one exactly he might have gone through is kind of a crapshoot.
chances are good that he was he either perished in the woods or he met with the elves.
Oh, Jarkle kind of flares up at that. That is a great point. Abby, just come with us for a while. We'll go to the elves and see what they have to say. If they know the woods better than anyone.
Make a persuasion check.
All right. Persuasion check. Persuasion check. Check my persuasion. It's a 7.
It says, no, there's no way he's gone to the elves. He doesn't know these woods any better than I. I know. I think I can get back to where we were when it happened. He couldn't have gone too far from there.
Gerx
You
kind
could
of
be
knows
right.
these woods.
What was that?
Gerx kind of know these woods.
I don't need any help from you.
Well, you could be right that he was where we left him, but what if the elves needed someone as a prisoner? Maybe they took him.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Okay,
You're more persuasive.
let's see.
It says, she looks at you and she has this kind of this hesitant look in her eye and says, you think the elves might have found him?
Well, let's not rule these things out. I mean, I would prefer not to think your father or your whoever it related to you, this person, would be killed in the forest. I would hate to think that that would happen instead of maybe the elves thinking, oh, yes, free labor. That would be the easiest solution to this problem. It's just
When you start talking like that, she starts getting pretty antsy looking and like it looks like she's ready to just take off right now.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Jarkle turns to Nicobar and kind of whispers in Giant, do you have a way to... We can't allow her to go off on her own. Do we have a way to subdue her? Do you have magic for that?
You have big arms you can hit her with. Stop her from moving.
Good thing this conversation is in Giant because
Yeah. Well...
Gerx doesn't like that talk.
He kind of sweats a bit. Well, and he turns to Amy, or Abby, God. We'll go to the elves either way, and you should come with us. If it doesn't work out that way, they can at least give you supplies, and we'll split off on our separate ways.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Gotcha now.
You know, we could always pretend that Gerx is one of our prisoners.
Look at that. Look at that.
Well, no, roll with advantage to see if you get another critical.
I refuse. No, sir.
Abby kind of like looks down at the ground for a second, and then she looks you directly in the eyes, Jarkle. And when she opens her mouth, she says,
No, you didn't.
No, I'm ruining your wedding. He wants to come with us.
That's not true.
she says,
Humans are weird.
that's not gonna come through on the stream, so everyone's just gonna hear us laughing at nothing.
Oh, man.
Everybody, that's an air horn. Okay.
All right. As she looks towards you, she says, you have protected me thus far. All right. Very well. I will come with you.
Atta girl.
Jarkle smiles.
I would not like to hang out with Nicobar at all.
I feel like your reaction to Nicobar right now is a reaction that Evan has to Sylvester all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, this is a very different Nicobar than the one back in Eladen Port.
Is it weird that I like all my characters, especially when they're terrible? Is that bad?
I love all my babies.
I love them too.
All characters are special, even if they're terrible people.
Yeah, regardless of how many fucking chips in their block they got.
Charcoal asks Abby, do you want me to carry you again, or no? You okay? I'm sorry. No, I didn't mean to ask. Sorry.
I think Gerx is my first character that's not a jerk. That is not a jerk.
I have a solution to the problem regarding Gerx entering the Elven settlement.
Mm-hmm.
We could pretend he is our prisoner, and maybe the elves would allow us to bring him in with us, and we could maybe give him food once we get our food.
Well, here's a question for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to play out the Elven encounter, or because it is 11:30 now, should we just kind of montage it or narrate what happens, or should we just actually play it out?
I would like to play it out, but I'm not the only one.
I am fine if people want to play.
I am fine staying as late as people want to stay.
Okay.
I'm off tomorrow. I don't have anything to do. I'll leave it to whoever has to do stuff in the morning.
Okay, that sounds like most of us do. Davey?
I've got to do stuff in the morning, but it's like a short thing. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
And I'm
Well-
already drinking. I can't do worse.
Well, we'll do the Elven encounter then, but before we do so, I'm going to use a bathroom break.
I was about to say the
Yes,
same.
I need one of those too.
Okay.
Let's do it. Oh boy.
Okay.
Everyone break. Hut, hut, hike.
Let's play some music.
No. Phoenix. I'm glad I caught that before I left. Phoenix.
Oh man, someone's showering right now. I hate having to share the bathroom. Someone's taking a shower right now and I cannot use the bathroom.
I am back.
Someone is showering. I'm waiting for them to get out of the bathroom.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm gonna check again. Hopefully they're out.
Mm.
Yeah.
No.
How's moving? Hi, Janae.
Yeah, how's it going?
How are people? Yeah, how's it going? Who's back?
Phoenix said that somebody was using the shower, so he's waiting for them to get out to use the bathroom.
God, that is absolutely the worst. I know that feeling entirely.
Especially when it's like, I have to go to work. Ah, damn it!
Oh. Dude, my old roommate, it sucked so much. Anytime I
Yeah.
worked out, it was just like, yeah, now he's going to take a shower. It's like he was just being a jerk deliberately. Ugh, roommate. I don't know. How are you doing, though, today? How was your day at work?
Oh, I was so busy. We were supposed to have a new person working for us today, and it was a no call, no show on his first day.
That's cool.
That's a really great fucking resume topper there.
Yeah. Hi, Nico.
Hello, I'm waiting for my cup noodles to finish preparing.
That's fair. No, we're all doing stuff. Don't worry about it.
That's the kind of shit that I do with fucking
Kind of shit that I do.
when I can't cook and play games at the same time.
Dude,
Yeah, I have these pieces of chicken in the fridge that really need to be cooked soon, but I didn't have time tonight.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. I've ended up freezing so much like meat and stuff, and then it just piles up in my stupid freezer.
I'm really glad I've had these last few weeks kind of off of my regular work.
Oh yeah?
That's cool.
It's like it's been nice because I've had the time to like kind of fix up my living situation a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because the whole downstairs where I'm living right now is really full of like a bunch of clutter, and I've been every day kind of pecking away at it, getting all the like the extraneous garbage organized.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's all because my parents are essentially hoarders. Like they just have all this stuff that they'll never fucking do anything with at all.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like it's really obnoxious. And I gotta find a way to get rid of it. And they keep talking about getting rid of it, but like they don't really want to. I can tell like they're just kind of like hesitant about it. And so I'm just like, all right, yes, we need to. So I'm just taking everything I can, like little things, and like throwing them away. Because they'll notice if I throw something like major away, I think.
Have you guys enjoyed the game so far?
Oh yeah, it's been great.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. I just remember there was something I could have done. Oh well.
Tides of Chaos? That sounds like the expansion to Warcraft 2.
You could have used that.
You could have definitely used that.
Oh.
I forgot I had that. I'm sorry.
That's so funny.
Like touches his wound and he's like, it hurts a little more for some reason.
It's like it's mostly kind of healed up and it's bandaged and it's not going to get any worse. But man, for some reason, it's really sore right now.
Yeah, there's just a tingle. Like somebody twisted it. Yeah, I'm super into this adventure. I'm kind of sad that like this is a one-off thing.
I'm hoping it won't be.
Yeah.
I mean, now you have 3 characters. I don't know if you want to juggle between 3 characters.
I'll juggle between 3 characters. They're my children.
Well, I guess we were talking about Bellops joining that one adventure now, but I guess now it's got to be Jarkle. Like,
no, it could be, but we'll see.
Yeah, you gotta decide who's gonna join, man.
Mm-hmm.
You got 3 characters.
I don't know. It'll probably be Billups. Well, we'll see. Depends on the level of everyone else. We'll see.
Have to figure out why Nikobar and Jarkle aren't together then.
I actually don't care if I have to roleplay both Nikobar and Mamluk in one game. That would be really fun.
I kind of want to avoid having 2 people play 2 characters, or 1 person play 2 characters most of the time.
I could see that
because it'll just get real confusing real fast.
Totally. I mean, I do have a tube, so you can differentiate between the 2 people.
That's true.
I was gonna say Nikobar says blah, 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 blah. Mamluk says
That's what Mamluk would say.
Yes.
We'll see though. That is what Mamluk would say. It's like he's here.
It's almost like he's here in the room with us.
Hey, why are you ignoring me?
Guys, I'm over here. You gonna help?
Don't ignore me. I'm right over here. It's not really nice to do that.
I could find an orc.
Guys, they're not even strong. They're weak.
Orcs are lame. I like fire. Do you like my paper tube?
Dude, do you have a tube too?
Right here. Right here. It's me, Mamluk.
I've been thinking of setting up a tube apart also, just so that I can do my Mamluk impression.
Oh man.
I know. I have a tube. I know.
You got a tube.
Maybe all of us should have tubes.
All of us should have tubes.
That would, yeah.
All right. So all together, it's daytime now on a crisp autumn morning. It's still pretty chilly out, Nikobar, in this early morning where you can like see your breath. But Jarkle, like this particular moment in the morning at like 7 a.m. when it's like the air is just so fresh, it's like it kind of reminds you of times on the mountains.
Yeah, Jarkle loves it. He feels
The
so
sooner
at
I can get back to the desert, the better.
I understand where you're coming from. I love
And,
this though.
You can tell that Abby is also kind of shivering, and Gerx, well used to it, it's like not super pleasant to be out this cold. Like winter is all right, but not great.
If only you had a tent, even a shoddy one.
Yeah,
My kingdom for a tent.
you left your tent behind, even if it was shitty. Put together from like scraps of cloth.
It's like whatever cloth the other goblins didn't use.
Stitch together all the clothes that they didn't wash.
But as you make your way through, Gerx, you're fairly certain that you're getting your way towards the elven settlement. When everyone go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay.
I'm oddly good at that.
Oh shit.
Oh, double perception check.
Eat it.
Oh fuck! I didn't see shit.
Nikobar, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh fuck! All right. Does a walnut hit my head or something?
The sky is falling.
Okay. So as you guys are walking along, you notice some like brushing up in the trees above you, and then Nikobar, you're kind of like looking about as trying to find out what everyone else is reacting to. When like suddenly you see like an arrow flying towards you as you just like barely get out of the way.
Jarkle takes out his throwing axe.
And you hear, "Halt where you go, intruders!" As a voice comes at you from up in the trees. As Jarkle and Gerx, you look up. You see what appears to be an elf standing up in the tree above you with a long bow.
He mutters to himself in Goblin. It's like, I knew they wouldn't like me. I knew they wouldn't like me.
Who are you and why do you travel with a goblin?
Jarkle's deliberately keeping his mouth shut.
Well, you see this goblin here is our prisoner. He was part of a village we pillaged for their gold, and we are here actually to buy supplies from you.
Go ahead and make a deception check.
He says this as he picks up the arrow and like looks at it, not even looking at the person while he's saying this.
Looking at the arrow as you're picking it up, the arrow seems to be fairly finely crafted. Deception. Which
sorry.
What is the modifier on deception?
Let's see, deception.
I think you're very deceptive.
Charisma.
So it's 4 still, right?
Oh fuck!
Don't roll it,
No. Oh wait a minute. What?
I mean, I was gonna say don't roll it, just make it a 20.
I mean, it's a +2, so yeah, it's a 20.
Yeah.
So your critical failure and then like crit succeed there doesn't really matter. Says, indeed, you are adventurers that pillaged a goblin village. Then you say?
Well, yes, we dispatched ourselves of our chains when they absconded with our belongings. We took them back, and we took some of their gold with them, and then we broke out, and we're now here before you.
He kind of raises an eyebrow and says, and then why does the goblin walk free without chains or bonds?
Jarkle very slowly picks up Gerx and kind of pats him a bit, but like picks him up and kind of holds him tight.
Well, do you think we need chains with a man this huge? Look at him.
And it's at that point that the elf like jumps down from atop the tree and rolls to the ground as he stands up in front of you. Go ahead and make an insight check, Jarkle and Nikobar.
Okay.
Oh,
Yikes.
that's typical of me.
Okay. Nikobar, looking at this from all the books you've read and just what you can tell from him, this appears to be a high elf. You know them to be particularly the snootiest of the elves compared to other races.
Yeah.
And for Jarkle, Well, it's an elf.
An elf's an elf. Take your last cigarette.
I mean, from what you've met for elves, what was your encounter with elves? Recalling your four-finger mummified elf necklace there.
So the reason he has that is because when he was a pirate, there was an elven captive that was basically tortured, and he kind of like, this was made from him, from like one of the very sadistic pirates. And Jarkle kind of held on to it as like a remembrance for how cruel they all were, but also as a way to like pay a debt back to elves. Like he feels like he's very guilty that he was even a part of that. Okay. He's always had like a complex for like paying them back. This will go weird.
Go ahead and make sure you, if it comes up, you have inspiration for the remainder of the session.
Oh, Janae, you're sweet.
And as the elf looks over you, says, "Very well. And then what brings you deep into our woods?"
Well, we are hungry, and we actually also.
Abby actually speaks up there and says,
"Yeah,
my uncle, he was out in the woods. Did you find him?" And he takes a notice of her with this kind of like, he has his nose up and he's like looking down at you towards you through it. And as he like turns his head towards her and he says, Mayhaps you have. Very well. Come with me, as he gestures towards you.
And Jarkle has, his name is Gerent. And by the way, if he has a name, it's Gerent. Who we're looking for. He's a blacksmith.
Abby's like, yes, what he said. I should have said that. Yeah, the elven man like gestures for you to follow him.
And all the time I'm patting Gerx because I'm afraid he's going to get like anxious.
Gerx is just looking away from the high elf.
All right. As you're brought in, you're brought to a fairly fancy, small, like fortress in the woods, built out of stone that has been finely crafted, and it's almost like marble, like a marble building. It doesn't seem to be like a full settlement so much as just like a single building as an outpost. And as the high elf steps into the building, he says, "Well, come on then." And as you enter in, he points towards a prison area, like a small cell, and says, "Go in and put your captive in there for now."
Gerx, it's not going to work unless you go in there, so go ahead.
He's housebroken, though. We got him.
Are you trying to convince him to not have him put in there?
Yeah, no, you don't.
Is Gerx free to move right now, or is he being carried by Jarkle?
He's being carried. Probably Jarkle. Yeah, Jarkle tries to say, "We're actually trying to tame him a bit. We're trying to get him to be a companion of ours, or at least, work with us."
The elf looks at you with like just this like incredible like disgusted sneer. As he's like, "Train a goblin? Are you mad?"
Well, I'm not mad. He's our friend, so
put him in the cell.
Put him in the cage.
Okay. And I kind of like set him down. If he chooses to go in the cage, he'll go in the cage.
You see the elf like grip his bow as you put Gerx in front of the like open door of the cell.
I pat Gerx like you gotta go. He's got his hand on his bow. You gotta go.
He doesn't even think twice. He just walks into the cell.
Yeah, as it closes and locks. The high elf says, "Wait here for one moment." As he goes over, you see him sit down in front of a what appears to be like a shell of some kind, like maybe a snail shell. As he picks up, he speaks into it and says, "This is Outpost Corellan, looking into any reports of a human man named... Sorry, what was that again?"
I turned to Abby to make. Can you pronounce it well? You would know the pronunciation.
My uncle's name was Gerent. He's a blacksmith. Gerent Pike. He says, "Very well. A human man named Gerent Pike out somewhere in the woods. I found a group that has apparently invaded a host of goblins. And when were you separated from your uncle? And she says, when we were attacked by the goblins. Right. Was separated from another human when they were attacked by the goblins. Has anyone seen any such thing out there? And after maybe 15, 20 seconds of a delay, eventually you hear back a voice that says, this is a outpost, Titania. Yes, actually, we have reports of a human out in the woods. He has been taken into captivity for now and has been treated. It seems that he has been wounded. However, he is all right. And Abby looks like she's just like relieved.
Jarkle laughs and pats Nikobar in the back, like kind of roughly. See, we've done it. We've done it.
Not so hard.
Oh, sorry.
It says, as it is, as you're lost in our woods, we are in our hospitality willing to guide you back to the road and reunite you with your lost companion. However, what is it that you plan to do with this thing? As he gestures over towards Gerx.
Well, we intend to sell it to the orc raiders who rove around looking for goblins to do their labor.
You would deal with orcs.
Would you deal with them instead?
Go make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Okay.
I'm guessing this conversation is in common since I don't think they speak Elvish.
Yeah,
No,
it's all
I
in
cannot
common.
speak
Yeah,
Elvish.
Gerx overhears it being sold to orcs, and he just looks down.
Roll one more time, Nikobar.
Okay,
Right, it's disadvantage, I think.
gotcha.
These new like tools are so nifty. I just never know you'd use them. You know. Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
That's a
funny
great
that 20 wasn't
disadvantage.
wasted.
I mean, he made the 15 good.
Yeah, but even with the 15, the elf seems disgusted by this idea that you would be dealing with orcs and says, perhaps I would be better off not helping you at all. One would deal with orcs. Filthy creatures out there in the woods, desecrating them as if they own the place.
Jarkle says in Giant's Nikobar, I can't lie. I really can't lie. I want to say the truth.
As you say that in Giant, you see the elf's face even like scowl even more. It's like, and you speak their language. Who are you exactly?
Jarkle immediately, like, he doesn't gasp, but he looks immediately disgusted.
Gerx just says, orcs are the worst.
None of us are orcs. I'm a Goliath. Do you not? I thought you elves knew everything. I speak Giant. I don't speak. This is a dwarven-based language. We lived among dwarves.
Okay, I see where this confusion's going. Okay. Not all of us are as well supplied as the elven kingdoms are. We are travelers in a foreign land. We are dealing with those who live amongst your woods, which happen to be orcs in this case. So, yes, we do deal with them, but we are not dealing with them in a friendly capacity. We are doing this entirely for survival, you see. This goblin is a very valuable bargaining chip for us. We do not wish to just simply sell it to the nearest bidder. We do not simply wish to give this prisoner up for nothing. We want to keep it. And this prisoner knows much from the last settlement raid where one of their important orc generals died, or officers. We need them amongst us so that we can further our goals.
And as you say that, the elf kind of has this like look on his face of like he's pondering something. He says, if that is the case, then I must suggest that you leave him with me.
I can bring him back to Carifus, and it sounds like he has information that might be worth to us.
Charcoal he's like really sweating, and I don't know how good this elf is at insight, but it looks like he's gonna explode.
Best not. I think we would just rather you would just find the Gerund's whereabouts and let Abby know, and then we'll just take Gerx and be on our way.
Abby seems like she's just ready. She's like, yes, if my father, my uncle, not my father, uncle, if my uncle is near, then I must find him once more. Can we leave not shortly? And the elf says, go ahead and make a persuasion check with disadvantage, Nikobar.
Okay. Persuasion. Come on.
Damn good.
Damn,
You rolled a crit and a 21. Wink,
wait,
wink.
No,
No, wink, wink.
With disadvantage. Okay.
One more time.
One more time.
Yeah, but the first time you rolled, I was trying to roll the seat and I got like a 2.
oh wow.
Oh, 19. All right. Yeah, the elf kind of like looks over you and he looks at Jarkle, who is just like really tense in this situation. And you see this look of just like, maybe I should mess with these guys. Kind of like come over his face. And he says, very well. It is your prisoner. You can decide what to do with him.
By the way, right now, Gerx is very nervous. It's just like info. It's like, I don't know anything. No one ever told me anything. Like, I cannot do anything about this.
Very well. We'll take your prisoner once more and let us lead the girl back to her family.
Jarkle like doubles over and lets out a breath, and he's just like breathing so heavy, catching his breath again.
Who has the elf gone with Abby somewhere else? Am I alone with Jarkle and Gerx?
No, you're still all together in the same room right now.
Okay.
But Abby seems to be ready to go, and he says, shall we depart then to all of you?
I open it and pick up Gerx.
Yeah, you open up the cage and you pick up Gerx once more as you put him over your shoulder.
Perhaps you should tie him with ropes in case he gets feisty.
And the elf is like, I would agree. You never know what these goblin types. They tend to be fairly slippery.
That is a great point. You know, I like to believe better in goblins, and he's kind of like making an argument for why goblins might be okay, but he's also taking the rope out of his backpack and tying him up. He's making sure to say they are bad at their core, but they're not though. They could be good.
Well, yesterday was good. This day's starting kind of crappy.
So as the elf kind of looks at you with just like a ugh kind of look, and then he and Abby start going off ahead of you guys.
How far ahead?
Like they're probably like maybe 15 feet ahead of you right now.
Okay.
I want to say Jarkle's making a big show of like tying him up and stuff, so it looks like we have a reason to stay behind and be busy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What was I gonna? Fuck. I'm too drunk right now. I can't. I'm trying to.
No, I love that in character because I'm sure Nico Bar just lost a train of thought too.
How is what do you say, Jarkle, to you and Gerx making your way out of the settlement here, and I purchase supplies while you and him are out?
I could be amenable to that. Are you certain you're fine alone? I'm sworn to protect you.
I've robbed the goblin settlement. I have plenty of money. I can purchase whatever we need in terms of food and supplies. As long as Abby finds whoever she needs, I assume we can just leave her here. And
as you look over this area, you don't see like the entire elven settlement here is this one building, and there's no like store or a supply store or anything as such here.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
Like it seems like it's just this like a single building outpost, like it's like a lookout point for like a watch person or something.
All right, then never mind. We'll just follow him.
Well, we could ask him if there's anywhere to sell these goods. I'm sure they want their economy to have this money.
Right. Well, yeah, I was. Yeah, let's try to find like if any information about like where to buy stuff. Yeah.
Right. We kind of catch up and like I kind of shoulder Nico Bard slightly, and yeah.
So you're saying like you have money for trade, and you're just wondering where you could use it.
Yeah.
totally.
He says, the elf kind of looks back and he says, "Well, when we get to the next outpost, it should be a little more stocked with such. If you're looking to trade, I'm sure we could work something out."
That sounds agreeable.
All right.
Jarkle kind of turns with Gerx and says, "Do you need anything?" He whispers that.
Gerx is just thinking to himself, like, yeah, get out of this, ropes, but he doesn't say it.
No, I apologize for the way we've been treating you. I have 10 gold that I'm willing to spend on anything you want. Just what do you want?
Nicobar assumes that Gerx knows why we're doing this.
Yeah.
All right. And while you guys are walking through the woods together, let's say everything with the elves goes through. You guys are able to stock up on supplies. Abby is reunited with her uncle. It's very tearful and emotional, and everyone, the audience, cries a little bit. But
It's like an Avatar fucking major character reuniting at a moment or something.
Totally.
you've convinced the elves that you're keeping the goblin with you as your prisoner. There's no reason for them to keep them. And how do you say all this ends? As you guys are, the elves offer to you escort the rest of the way to Churro, basically. They know the roads have been dangerous at the time, and Carathis is an ally of Churro in particular, because there's a pilgrimage that takes place from there to Carathis, and they're offering you the service of their one of their eldritch knights to accompany you the rest of the way to Churro.
Jarkle defers to Nicobar on that one.
So hold on. They're leading us to where we'd find a settlement.
They're offering us
Churro?
to get us escort.
You've been stocked up on goods and everything like that. You've traded a little bit of your money and everything to get everything that you needed to survive. But basically from here, they're offering basically free of service, actually, to lead you the rest of the way from here back to Churro.
Okay, yeah, I'll definitely take it. I don't know the land too well, so it would be helpful to have a guide.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we take it. And I leave Abby with the idea that Shui Han blesses her.
They're actually coming with you as well.
Oh, never mind.
All
Well,
right.
it still blesses you.
Can I talk the Eldritch Knight into saying that our goblin likes to stretch his legs? I kind of like leave him on a leash, sort of.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh. Our goblin, he's got some leg cramps, and I just feel as though.
Well, that's a 20, but what's the next one? 5.
I was making a great argument and then just kind of trail off.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the guy that was following was like, well, perhaps it behooves a goblin to feel a little bit of pain, as their kind is caused upon many of others.
Well, that's cruel, but okay.
Perhaps you've not heard of the war that ongoes with the goblins.
Sure.
And then someone in a bush goes, "Not all goblins."
Oh man.
And then you have to shoot them because that's evil, obviously.
Yeah, this
Goblin
is full
lives
circle.
matter. Come on.
Goblin lives matter.
We're back to division, fantasy division.
The division, fantasy division. Yeah.
I am wearing a hood, so please don't shoot me.
Oh man,
Why
my
are
government
things
glasses.
so bad? Why do people make such bad things?
I don't know.
Well, not to get political here, folks, but
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
By the
this
way,
is
Gerx doesn't say anything. I just also think it's just like, I mean, elves kill goblins too.
I love the idea of someone listening to this and not having the context for that conversation we had. So it just sounds like a weird political thing out of nowhere.
yeah.
We talked about the division and how disappointing it was politically.
This is why our series will never become a big star. Yeah, basically, the elf seems kind of dismissive of the whole thing with the goblin. But from there, you guys are able to make your way rest of the way through the woods. At the edge of Naciona, the guide says, just follow this road here. Nothing should bother you from here on. And yeah, you've made your way through and survived the Goblin Village.
Yay! You solved my goblin puzzle.
We all made it.
Solved.
Hope you guys had fun with today's game.
Definitely.
That was great. Had a
The
great time.
anti-Gerx, he's our best friend now.
I used all my strongest stats.
It was definitely interesting. Like, I don't know, trying to make a thing with all the goblins and everything, and having you guys just like, well, now you have to listen to me play all these characters now.
It was interesting. You did a good job differentiating.
That was funny. I really liked all the fucking shit in the Goblin Village. Was all the dudes running around and like, rah, rah, rah. Like the fucking Clem. Was hilarious.
He was a
that
good
was
friend.
so funny. Yeah.
He's dead now.
Yeah, I mean, you know, rest in peace, Clem. But that was
He was so
really
kind.
He was great.
Oh man, it was a lot of fun.
That's good. Yeah.
I love how you let us like create those characters at the beginning too, like the two people traveling with us. Like that was really well done on the spot.
Was it?
Yeah,
Yeah, because I kind of just put them to the side of everything.
it totally worked. Whatever.
Yeah. All right.
Also, I can't believe